Hey guys, welcome to
When You Wish Upon a
Podcast. Hey, welcome back, guys. We're back onto our Thursday, and the phone's going crazy.
Yes, it is. Yes, it is.
So yes, now we're back to our normal schedule of Thursdays.
Yes, we are.
Because yeah,
So we're going to be discussing a few things before I want to call it the main attraction here.
kind of
The side piece.
whatever it is, it's something,
I don't know.
right?
It's definitely something.
It's something.
It's
something.
definitely something.
Well, let's go with it. Something exciting, I guess.
I mean, it's definitely exciting. Hold on one second while you're doing that.
Well, maybe more like exciting for me. Maybe not to some other people. Maybe not.
No, I mean, I think it's.
It just depends on
I think it's exciting and on a few things. So we'll be discussing the first topic at hand, and that is going to be this supposed Lady and the Tramp remake.
Well, live action.
I
don't know if that source is true or not, but I mean it's on a source I've never really used before when I saw it on Facebook. Like a source that's like guaranteed this is what's going to happen, and nobody else has said it like in my Disney group. I just happened to.
Because they would have announced that prior in the D23.
Possibly, but that doesn't mean anything with the D23 because that was last year. They just did up to 2 years. It could not be coming in until 2021 or 2022. Depending. They're probably playing out, seeing this year, what the other live action movies that came out. So
Fair enough, but Lady and the Tramp live action, quote
unquote, it might be more live action than The Lion King. We'll go with that because
there's actual human
beings going to be in this movie if they do it the way it's supposed to. Now, and on honesty too, I'm kind of weary on it because they're touching another Walt Disney creation.
Okay.
Like an actual Walt Disney.
Understandable, creation. But if I don't,
because they already got I was like, oh yay, they did it when they did the Jungle Book.
Right.
Like that was excitement, and they did great. It was like what I would consider it. But then just after the Dumbo incident, I'm weary about it.
Well, it also I guess goes under the direction of directors.
Well, that too, but I mean, they need to pick more directors that's going to probably stay with the actual movie.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, if you're remaking, I'm sorry. I can understand if you want to add some stuff to maybe, like I said, plot twist adding, from like something that was lost ages ago. So.
I don't know. I don't like the idea of a Lady and the Tramp movie, per se, like a live action. Although I would like the concept of, like, let's say, an Oliver and Company live action. Because that one would make more sense.
Well, either or.
Oliver and Company is based on Oliver and the Big Apple, right?
No, it's Oliver Twist. The book,
Oliver and Company, the Disney movie about the little cat.
Yeah, but the story is based on Oliver Twist, the book.
Where's
Lisa,
the location? Yeah,
I want some more.
Okay.
Yeah, it's based on that play.
Okay, but where's it located?
In New York City.
Exactly. So you could do it with New York City. You could do it with the said live actors, and then you could get a CGI cute looking kitten.
I understand that, but the thing is too, I don't know. Maybe they're playing around with what was actually great. I mean, take it for a grain of salt. Dumbo wasn't great when it first came out, anyways. But that is.
But I've also noticed that.
Hey, Buzzbox.
Hey, Buzz. I've also noticed a weird, oddly specific trend with the Disney movies.
I'm kind of weary when they touch what was created by Walt Disney himself.
True, but
because it's like that was his baby.
True, but have you noticed what they've done lately is they've hit, what is it? It's not so much like they're like hitting a movie from each specific, almost each specific.
Not really.
Age almost.
Not really. They're like really like.
Well, they're
more focused on the Renaissance than anything else.
Yeah.
Because. If anything, if we're going to talk about they're doing one from each one, okay, they did a Golden Age. Great. But, you still got the Dark Age. You still got the Silver Age. I know Lady and Tramp's in the Silver Age.
Yeah.
But it's still like, if it does become to be that one, that's just like a possible earshot rumor. Like, you could have somebody
Or-
walking
or-
by an
or you know what they-
animator saying something about it, but
Or you know what they could do that's live action that it could be interesting if they do it right? Like, say, instead of Tim Burton on Dumbo, which was...
that was a.
Which
I'm
was a
sorry,
flop to
that
me.
was a flop. Tim Burton should stay with what he needed
No,
to stay
no.
with.
Well, no. If they gave him, the director, a choice in the matter of what Disney movie, or at least the audience of a choice, I think he would have done better as as a director for, like, say, a live action rendition of The Black Cauldron.
Yes. That one, yes. Like, total big
Yeah.
yes. That's, like, the only one I would probably give him, like, of any other Disney movie that's, has been out as animation. Yes, I would say yes to that. Because that was a dark movie in itself.
Yeah, and we already know Tim Burton to be that dark guy.
Or even, for Christ's sakes, almost like Fantasia at some points, a part of Fantasia. But I know that was just all music and stuff. But, like, the Cherrenbach part and everything like that. Which I doubt they're never going to make a live action of Fantasia. Anyways, it's just one of those movies. It's just not...
It never got any...
Well, not just not getting attracted, but it's just doesn't going to fit with live action in the first place.
Yeah, true, but again...
It's more good with the
Fantasia
animation.
and Fantasia 2000, he tried both... Disney's tried both times. One with Fantasia and with Fantasia 2000.
Like I said,
and
but
it didn't...
But no, but the thing is, too, like, especially with the first Fantasia, I can understand Fantasia 2000, that's different, but... First Fantasia didn't get the traction because of course, World War II is going on, so, you still got that overseas people enjoying.
Hey, Tamman.
Hey, Tamman. So, like, so, like I said, and then that's when they tried to get them back out again, like Dumbo, Pinocchio, Fantasia, and Bambi out later in years, just so the overseas people could see it.
Yeah,
So then so it was like kind of like a new release type thing, so they could see what would have been like if World War II didn't happen, like, would the overseas people take it as a thing.
So, back to the topic at hand then. Would you like to see a possible Lady and the Tramp in the future? Like a remake like that? Like a live action? Yeah.
Yeah, I could, but then again, I really hope they pick a great director, and whatever they do, they need to keep it as it is and do not listen to other people, like, like I'm saying, like other...
Yeah, like that whole
critics.
Dumb... Well, I think a majority of why it changed, Dumbo changed, was because a bunch of critics about, being a bunch of piss ants, like, oh, this, and then PETA probably getting involved and being like, oh, is it going to be real elephants or not? And
well, I mean, it's going to take a while to train real elephants. I mean,
understandable.
But but still, it's just like...
like you said, though, Disney has done it in the past with, like, the live action... Jungle Book, not the remake of this age, but the remake of the 90s.
Yeah, back in the 90s. And they actually used real animals.
Exactly. They used real animals like the elephants, and there are trained elephants, etc. So, I mean, there's a possibility it could work if they did it correctly.
But I just think the story got too out of hand, and I think a lot of it was just because people were all pissy about it. I just want people to just shut up and get over it because it's Disney. It's already been made. I don't know why you're going to sit there and tell me blah, 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 this is wrong.
Right.
I'm sorry, it was made especially like Dumbo was made in 1940s. Come on, think about what was going on at the time. What was the norm? What was the,
Right. Guys and gals, by the way, if you guys do plan on sticking along, I would. We do have other topics to discuss, including 3 rare pieces of actual Disney stuff we have here. Now, you may not see it as rare. Our version of rare is either monetary value and or just, internal value, like
sentimental value.
Or sentimental value.
So it's like it's something.
So we have 2 items that are technically of sentimental value and 1 rare one that is both sentimental and monetary.
Yeah.
So you guys might want to stay tuned for that. And
so, I mean, we'll get back to the topic of these, are like supposed live action. What do you think about how Mulan's going to play out?
I don't like the idea of what it's been speculated as so far. We do know there is going to be a live action Mulan. Even on IMDb and other sites, they've stated who the actors and actresses are.
And I understand that right too, because D23 they did.
D23 announced it shortly afterwards to say yes, there will be a Mulan.
Yeah, well, it was in that big list because they showed a big list of what was coming out for, I guess, like the next 2 years. From 2018 standpoint.
Right.
So, and it was there for 2020.
I don't like the fact that the first speculation was it was going to be more of a gritty. I mean, I can understand how it was supposed to be a more grittier tale of the actual Fa Mulan.
I don't know if they're going to make it like that, but I think they're still taking the Disney. But the thing is, I'm not really understanding is why are you taking out the music?
That's what I was going to get at.
They took out music.
They like. There's no idea yet if there's Mushu or not.
Yeah, there is, but we just don't know who it is. He's going to be CGI.
No, even in the casting, there was no listing for Mushu.
That's what I'm saying. I don't know who the voice is, but there is a Mushu. You can't play the Mulan without a Mushu. If you're going to get a lot of critics going up your ass about that. Because like the genie thing, you know how people were ticked with that one.
Yeah, but that's the thing I don't get is
people are and that's why.
Fine. Well, no, that's the other thing, and like I wanted to really discuss this with you on a different topic, and thank you for bringing it up, by the way.
Well, this is the random talk.
You mentioned Genie, so people were like, "Oh, we want Genie. It's not Aladdin without Genie."
Well, of course, otherwise it's not Aladdin. Yeah, to anybody, it's not Aladdin.
So they found someone that could best represent Genie, and throughout all their trials and errors, and it turns out to be Will Smith.
Right. Well, he'd be great, you know?
What you and I think.
Like, you know, as of today's comedian, whatever, you know.
Yeah. I mean...
Whatever you want to call it, yes.
Everybody else is all, like, up in arms about it. They don't like it. It's not what they want.
Well, I know. But like I'm saying, I'm talking about the Mushu. We're going to get off the Aladdin because we're going to wait till when it comes out.
Hi, Yuki.
Hi, Yuki. Well, but the thing is, with that one is like with the Mushu, they're going to have to put Mushu. If not, you're going to have people like they did with the Genie. Like, with the Genie not being blue. Now we're going to have the blue Genie because, you know, people were all whining.
Oh, yeah, and then they showed blue Genie and then people got all uppity and they're turning it into memes and, it doesn't look like...
I'm sorry, what else are you going to do for
So then they
CGI?
they CGI'd Will Smith and then they showed him his human form and people were all up in arms about that. Like, no, it make no dent.
Mm-hmm. Yes. It did. I did put some highlights in my hair.
But that's what I was getting back to is everyone.
And thank you.
Everyone's going to be a flippin' critic about it because it's like what I think it boils down to is people secretly wish it was either a animated Genie a la Robin Williams' prior voice, like how they kind of did with
like,
James Earl Jones.
Yeah. Where
they kind of made like a 3D-esque cartoonish Genie with Robin Williams' voice dubbed over that. They couldn't care.
What's going on Disney? Well, right now we're discussing like movies that are being speculated.
And the first speculation.
Okay, here we go.
Disney is a myth. Here you go.
But no, we're discussing because now there's a speculation that there's going to be a Lady and the Tramp live action movie coming out. We don't know when, but there's a speculation.
And then the second one is...
where right now we're discussing is Mulan.
Yeah,
that's coming out in 2020.
Compare, like, live action with different things. So, should we show them at least one of the rare items we've gained?
Yeah, right? Yuki, that's what I'm going with. It's like, oh my goodness.
Or do you want to keep discussing?
Well, okay,
so guys, if you guys want to stay tuned just a little bit longer.
But I want to finish off the topic with Mulan. We haven't finished all of it because we got off the topic with Aladdin, which we can save for next month.
Okay, so it was supposed to be live action, or it's supposed to be live action.
Well, it is going to be live action no matter what.
Well, IMDb did not distinctly say if there was a Mushu, but you and I already know now after discussing there's gonna be a Mushu. There has to be.
If it's not discussed now, it's going to be because people are going to be like, he was one of those like main characters. But you know, but then they got the other half that were like saying there's no songs. Well, now I'm hearing there is, but they're not going to be the full songs like they did in the movie.
They're going to grab, from what we've heard speculation wise,
like,
they're going to grab they're going to grab the core of like. Reflections, Make a Man Out of You.
And I think that's about it.
There was another one, but it was never featured in the original that was in the special edition of the Mulan DVD. I don't know if you've heard of that song.
What song is that? I know it.
I don't remember it. There was because they listed it off in the Mulan DVD where it's like, a special track not featured in films. You know how it is.
Well, look, we got Honor for To Us All, and you got
that one.
a woman you know,
A Woman
Women
Worth
Worth Fighting For.
I want to see.
And then there's the one that was during the credits with 98 Degrees and Stevie Wonder, which is True to Your Heart.
Yeah, no,
which I love that song, actually. I
good
do
song,
like that.
But at the same time, you can knock that off.
Well, I know it's not like a song that's going to be like play. It was not like really meant for the movie. It was like an ending thing,
right.
You know, because it was not in the movie itself, like any part.
By the way, guys, you might want to stay tuned because later on in this podcast, we're going to show 3 rare Disney pieces
That we found at our local antique stores.
Yes. 2 are sentimental, and 1 is sentimental and monetary valued.
Let's see. Do we just want to go ahead and do it now? Since I think we discussed Mulan far enough.
Oh, no, there is one more topic to discuss. Disney's live streaming service.
Oh, the Disney Plus.
Disney Plus. Now, this is coming out in September or November?
November 12th.
November.
November 12th is the new service. So, for all you people who are like Netflix and Hulu people, you might want to actually buy this one because they're not going to be on Hulu or Netflix after November 12th.
And it's $7 a month.
$6.99, yes. Or you could pay $69.99 for a whole year.
Which is not
It's
bad.
not bad, but I think I'd rather just pay the $6.99 a month.
Yeah, mathematic-wise, it's like 7 a month times 12.
It's like $5.99 a month if you were doing the 69.
Well, no,
thing.
that's like.
But then again, I'm just gonna say, you know,
It's that you're only saving $5.
and like I said, I just stick with the $6.99. That's just my opinion.
Yeah, because like there might be a month where you don't feel like it.
Yeah, I don't want to be sit there all right into a thing, you know, for a whole year.
Exactly.
I mean, yeah, I'll take it for granted for me. I would pay for that. Yes, that's me. But I'm just like, I'd rather just pay. Make sure at least I have it for a month. So just in case if I can't, I can say, hopefully allow you to have a moment of, oh, you can skip this month.
Right.
You know? Like my Disney box does, my Walt Life box, they give you the option, oh, do you want to skip this month? Yes, I do because I don't have the money at this moment to do this month.
Oh, speaking of.
But also, I really hope this Disney Plus is going to be great, like they say they are, and I hope they add movies that are, like, in the vault, like, most likely in the vault, been in the vault since the time they came out, and they could come and shed some light.
The one she's talking about the most is the Song of the South.
Well, I want to see this movie so bad, but there's no way you can actually watch it. And I'm serious.
Unless you pirate it, which is illegal.
Well, then again, you still don't have a way to pirate it. There's no anything from it. It's like, it basically came out, you get to see it a little bit, and that's it. And then, like, the only other way you probably get to see part of Song of the South is in when these sing-along movies that came out back in the 90s.
Yeah.
There was a song, the Zippity-Doo or the How Do You Do whatever song. That's the only thing you get mentioned of the Song of the South.
Tangled the series in the season 2 finale is mind-blowing.
Yeah, I heard about the Tangled series. It's not bad, actually. I never sat down and watched it, but they're not bad. But, you know, but also, it's just like, I want to see that movie. I want this, like, generation to see the movie. I understand they're like, all like, oh, blah, blah, blah. But you know what? I'm saying it is like almost like a history thing. And basically that's how that movie is.
Yeah, to me, when I watched it back then, it wasn't racial. At least to my mind, it was more educational and cartoony.
Yeah, like, it was history. Like, Uncle Remus was talking about what was going on and what they did, you know. That's history, guys. You can't erase the history. I'm sorry. You can try all you want to, but you're not going to be able to erase history. It's going to be there no matter what. So that's why I'm kind of like, I'm hoping it's going to be in this Disney streaming service. I really do.
I mean, it is on DVD.
Yeah, but like probably like bukus of money. Like you can't just go.
No, $15.
But like I said too.
But yeah, you're not gonna get too much love out of it because again, it was released in November 12th, 1946, and
during World War II, of course.
Idiots Online is pretty much just making it a huge thing on YouTube where it's like, oh, this movie is fucking highly racist.
I'm sorry. I understand that, but you guys need to understand too. It's history. It happened. It was a real thing. And you guys are making it sound like, oh, you're not going to be able to erase history. We've learned it in the dang books. I mean, not like the Song of the South, like, with the animated characters, but what they were going through as in the real life part of it, it's history. You can't erase history, guys.
Speaking of history,
I get really irritated with people with that. They have that small-minded of like, this is what blah 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 happened, and it's just
that's fine.
It's really
Speaking
bad.
of history, we do have one piece of history that we found at our local antique shop that is a piano score of Walt Disney's Song of the South, the titled song Sooner or Later. And granted, I'm not going to unravel it, but it is literally the 1946 version, still cellophaned up. You know, I don't know its actual condition on the inside, but yeah, if you could tell, it's the actual print, front and back. So, pretty neat.
Yeah, I would recommend it too, Tim, and I would recommend the Tangled series. Yeah, it's really good.
So that is one piece of memorabilia.
Since we were talking about Song of the South.
Yeah, and since we were talking about Aladdin,
which is coming out this next month, guys. Excitement. I'm ready for it already. I'm sorry. I know everybody's all up on the Avengers, but right now my excitement is Aladdin.
There's these limited edition Burger King cups.
Was it Burger?
Yeah, it was Burger King.
Oh, I remember if it was Burger King or McDonald's. You know, somebody did it at some point.
But we have one of these old
like
Aladdin
like
Burger King cups still in its package, original packaging. You see, it's Burger King right on the back here. Over on
and also it shows you the VHS covers from these movies back when they were on VHSs.
Yeah. And then we have the last piece, but I think we'll save that in a little bit. This one is really...
I want to get some people in here that might actually be into seeing this.
That's what I'm trying to get at, is like we can see how many people can get into the stream and really show it off.
Yeah, I think I'm waiting for one person. I'm waiting for one person to show up, and it's going to be a little bit later.
That's depending if we're still on.
I'm going to go for that far until that person comes in.
But
right now, it's like we got about an hour, maybe two left for this person to show up because it's
8:21 here.
This person. It's 10 dim, so we got about an hour.
So yeah, but
that person gets off at 11.
Because they said 11 their time, which is 9 our time.
Yeah. So like I said, we got about, we could just waste this hour. But I want to show this one person that's just as big as a Disney fan as I am. I'm waiting for this person to show up. And hopefully they do.
I mean, I want to show them at the same time. I don't care if I have to repeat it.
Yeah, but we'll just wait. We got less than an hour. We can talk about someone else.
Well, if you guys have other things to do, just, skip through towards a specific time. I guess I'll timestamp it in the video. If you guys are missing out, if you guys can't make the rest of the stream, because of whatever.
So, otherwise then, no one has really talked about the Maleficent movie that's coming out, the second one.
Yeah,
that's coming out this October for some reason. It was supposed to come out next year.
It doesn't appeal to me. No.
Well, my question is...
You explained to me all this while I'm drinking this Disney-related Donald Duck apple juice.
Well, no, the thing is, I want to know is, how the heck can you freaking get a freaking second movie out of Maleficent when all you know about Maleficent is Sleeping Beauty, basically? What can you do? And you already did like a prequel with it in the movie, the first Maleficent, to, then leads up to Sleeping Beauty. I like Maleficent as in
Thank you.
Like I said, like Maleficent as in when it was back at Sleeping Beauty back in the Silver Age.
Yeah,
movie,
but
like
no,
the animated version.
I'm not talking. I'm talking. I think he's talking about Angelina Jolie, Maleficent.
But that's what I'm trying to say. The movie, not the villain.
Yeah.
Yeah. But like I said, I don't understand how you're making a second movie.
I think it's stupid.
I just don't think it's going to do it well.
I think the first one, okay, sure.
Well, the first one, it kind of tells you a different story of Sleeping Beauty, basically.
Yeah, it kind of gives you like this,
But basically more in the eyes of Maleficent than Aurora or whatever else. I don't know who we were supposed to in the animated version, of who's, eyesight. But mostly I feel like in the original Maleficent movie, the first one, we were in the eyes of Maleficent, like what she saw, like
right.
how it played out.
Right. I think they changed it. I agree.
Well, we agree too, and I just don't understand why the second one is coming out. I don't know if they're trying to do the bang for the buck thing, like it.
Oh yeah, no, it's they're doing a bang for the buck.
And I'm gonna sit there and tell them like, you're not gonna get money from that. I will tell you that. Everybody would be too much hyped for.
Oh, look at that! I've never seen what you bought out of these. Sorry, I'm admiring what she got. It is a Pepsi Walt Disney collector's series. So there's Goofy frying hot dogs. There's Pluto. He's taking all of them from Mickey's basket. It's actually very impressive. So you have this and gently.
Just don't drop it.
So I'm gently doing that. And then there's another one amongst us. And I'm going to find out which one this is. Also gently. Because, wow, it's another part of the picnic. Looks like.
Yeah.
So it's Donald, Daisy, and the boys.
Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
Well, that I know.
That's the three nephews of Donald Duck. It's Huey, Dewey, and Louie.
Which is an interesting thing because...
Be careful of where the other one is.
I know. But that's an interesting thing. So if Huey, Dewey, and Louie are Donald Duck's nephews, and he's Uncle...
And I agree with you, Chairman. I would too, you know.
Yeah.
But Maleficent 2 is coming out this October, which it was actually supposed to come out next year in 2020, but it got pushed up this October for some odd reason. I have no idea why. But I don't think they're going to make the money. They should have just skipped it and then kept it in 2020 because people will be too excited to see Frozen 2, which comes out in November.
Yep.
So I don't think they're going to make a lot of money out of it. I don't know if they're just trying to fill in a month or something. I don't know, that type of thing.
I'm still curious. Huey, Dewey, and Louie are...
Donald's nephews.
Who's Donald Duck's brother?
We don't know. They're all... That is a mystery to Disney of how Huey and Dewey became his nephews, but that's all I know. They're his nephews.
And the other thing is DuckTales.
They're living with Scrooge McDuck,
which they call Uncle Scrooge.
Mm-hmm. Maybe there's just some long lost character that was supposed to be made and never been made, and they decided to keep the other characters. I don't know.
But Donald calls Scrooge Uncle Scrooge. He never calls him brother.
So he might be like a great uncle to both like the boys, and it's just like a regular uncle to Donald. So it's like his brother's, like his dad's brother. I don't know. It's a mystery, and no one's ever,
Yeah,
I don't know
if
I don't know if anybody really questioned it, because Disney hasn't said a lot about it. So that might be something a lot of people need to start questioning.
And you never learn who Max's mother is.
I mean, you can easily put that together, in some ways of better than figuring out who's the brother.
Because you always think, hey, maybe it's Clarabelle.
Yeah.
And she's a dead character, so she's
not dead. She's still alive. She's in the freaking new
I know, but
Mickey Mouse Clubhouse. She's in there, so she's not dead. No, it cannot be Clarabelle. Sorry,
okay. So
it's not going to be.
Who's Max's mom then?
We don't know. That's another thing that Disney needs to discuss. They need to probably come back and discuss, because you can't just add characters out of nowhere and don't explain who they are.
But they've done it for Huey, Dewey, and Louie for so long.
Like I said, it's a question, but I don't know if anybody's really questioned it. I don't think no one's actually really... I don't know if anybody...
She did!
But like I said, and Yuki's agreeing, it's true. That would be something that... Because, nobody has ever really questioned who are Huey and Dewey and Louie's dad, supposedly.
Yeah, it makes you think.
Like, because nobody's really said anything, because because they call Donald Uncle Donald, and Scrooge is another uncle, so...
I wanted to know forever. See, I'm not the only one.
Maybe we need to push it as, who are Huey and Dewey Louie's parents?
Yeah.
More or less. I guess, live off of the whole, Goofy thing. You never know. Goofy could have adopted Max. That could be a possibility, too. We don't know. You could go with that story, too.
But how...
Without having a mother. I'm just saying, Disney can go that route. I'm just saying.
Right, so he could adopt someone that looks exactly like him.
There could be people like that. You could have some people look almost like you. But, I'm just saying, you never know. I'm just saying Disney could go that route. I didn't say they are, but they could. He could have just been adopted without having
Let me fuck this up right quick.
But like I'm saying, you know, that's a question too.
There's so many plot holes though.
I know.
Character development.
But that's what I'm saying. Disney could go that way. They could go from like, oh yes, he had a parent, like he had a mom, you know, and Goofy, you know, was married to somebody.
Maybe they might explain it in the reboot. No.
No, they won't.
No, that version of DuckTales is towards like the really young kids.
Like it's going for this time. Hasn't Goofy mentioned when Max was born before and a few times? That could be true, but like I said, you could be there to being adopted too. I've had families that have actually went to the hospital when they're adopting a baby that was about to be born. So, I mean, there's that possibility too.
True, but
you can still do the adopt that way. I mean, I know you're trying to tell me like, oh, he's been born for it. Yeah, but adopted parents can go to the hospital too to see, you know, be with the baby that's being born with who they're about to adopt. I had a family that actually here that did that. So I'm just saying it could go that way. I didn't say it had to, but it could. I don't know what Disney's little think tank's thinking, you know, but we really need to answer those questions because that's been a long wait question. Well, not so much the Goofy one because they didn't really introduce Max until about the 80s.
Mm-hmm.
But, like, don't, you know, all that.
Hi, Devontae. They mention his mom. Exactly. They did mention his mom and I believe the original Goofy movie. The one with their fishing and the Max... Yeah, because...
I don't know. I have to rewatch it. It's been, like a while since I've watched it. And I do, you know, I can go get it. But,
Because they actually had that dark moment when they were sailing on top of the car and trying to fish.
Okay. Well,
and it was like their come together moment. As
I understand that too, but do they actually? You know, I'm just saying there could be those options. I didn't say it had to be that either. There's just still the options. You know, I mean that's cool. But like I said, I mean, Disney has a lot of explaining, you know, in general sense. More or less, I'm really wanting to know is Huey, Dewey, and Louie's parents.
Yeah,
because
like that's the first one to pop into my head.
That's the most like long.
That's
talk.
30 years. Like
yeah, no, not 30 years.
More.
They've been around for a little while. They at least been around since the 70s. I want to say.
So about 40 years.
Yeah, probably.
I love your hair, girl.
Oh, thank you guys for the hair love. Yes, I got it done today. I got my hair done today. But, so, side note. Devontae, side note, by the way. I also love your hair.
I know, them highlights actually look good on you.
Well, thank you. But, so, I really want to know is more Huey, Dewey, and Louie's background. Like, who are your parents?
Right.
That's the longest wait. I don't know exactly what Huey did. I think they came about almost around the same time Donald did, but just maybe like a few years back.
Yeah. But
so
again,
because Donald Duck came in,
if they're Donald Duck's nephews.
Donald Duck came in 1934.
And
that's
they called
when he
Scrooge Uncle Scrooge, so that makes
when
no
he came
sense.
into the pictures 1934, and I think it was like maybe a few years back, and then Huey, Dewey, Louie was like kind of popping in and out, but they're not big characters, but they kept popping in and out. So they've been around too.
That's because I literally had to sit there and think about it, even from like the cartoons, the video games, you know, and even further, where it's like, okay, so and DuckTales the cartoon, the original, the 80s. Original, they Huey, Dewey, and Louie call Scrooge Uncle Scrooge. So we don't know. We don't know if he's a great. So we figured from that, at least he's a great uncle because Donald calls him Uncle Scrooge not only in the cartoons but in the Kingdom Hearts game series as well.
Right. So that's what I'm just saying. He's probably like the patriarch at the moment. We'll just go with that. He's the patriarch of the Duck family.
He's the older, so he's probably Donald Duck's actual uncle and the grandkids, great uncle.
Right.
But who is the fucking parents?
At least up to Huey and Dewey Louie. I don't care about if Donald with his parents or whatever.
Who are his parents?
Hi, Albert. Disney's not afraid to make some dark moments in movies and TV shows. Well, and that's true. They do. They don't. Because, for granted, we got the death of Bambi's mom.
Yep.
In Bambi. You got the Black Cauldron. Yeah, that's a dark movie. I mean, but also, too, there is a side note with the whole mother dying there for a while. It was because of a thing with Disney himself. So it was a kind of a tradition almost there for a while that there's no mom characters. Because of what happened to Walt's mother. Because he felt so bad, so he kind of used it in his cartoons, basically. to not have them be there because of his remorse of him feeling like he killed his own mother because he got his parents a house. He bought them a house, and there was a malfunction in the heater, and his mom died of that. What is that called? What's that called? It's not. I think carbon dioxide. Monoxide poisoning. That's what it was. Carbon monoxide poisoning. But his father survived. Got out, but his mother didn't. So he felt bad because it was his fault because he had his parents move into this house. And all that. So Yeah, I mean, I'm just saying Disney does go dark too because they're putting out reality stuff too, just like this could happen too. So yeah, I know Disney can go from really happy, joyful, whatever, smiles to the most darkest. You could get to the darkest low. So you're looking up something you got like you were thinking. So what was your thought?
Oh, it's an actual Disney wiki. Huey, Dewey, and Louie's father has been actually addressed.
Well, when was this addressed? Because I don't remember. Well, it could have been a cartoon that I'd never watched.
He was first mentioned in Al, He was first mentioned in Al Taliaferro's. It's a fucking weird ass last name. Comic strip, 1938 comic strip known as Donald's Nephews. Here it said that his sons put a firecracker under a seat that they had, and that they had to stay with their Uncle Donald until he recovered. The nephews briefly mentioned both of their parents while saying their prayers in the comic strip, Amen, written by Bob Karp and drawn by Al. And it's literally portrayed here, bless Mama and Papa and Uncle Donald.
Mm-hmm. But still.
So
that's the thing too.
Apparently that's what they look like.
But also too, that makes no sense. Like all of a sudden with that too. I know it was a 1938 comic, but okay, I'm sorry. There's some people that do comic reading.
Yeah, awesome, this is like actual Disney comic, but
the thing is,
it's like they've stayed with Donald for
a lot longer than what they're supposed to.
So he didn't recover. He died.
Or something. I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Or this recovery is taking freaking forever.
I mean, if they put a firecracker under his seat or something, and then they had to stay with Uncle Donald until he recovered, either A, he ditched his kids.
Right.
B, he died.
Or C, there's no C. So, but like I said, but also too.
Oh, we found out who Huey, Dewey, and Louie's parents are.
But also too, but how many people are going to read comics?
True. Not many people are going to read Disney comics from 1938.
And especially nowadays. I'm sorry, they need to
at least we know they do have parents.
But they need to update the story.
I guess it's Della Duck. I guess that's the name. Or, the father of Huey, Dewey, and Louie is named Della Duck. But, again, the original story was based on a 1938 comic where the father got hurt from a firecracker under the seat by the boys. Then he sent them to Uncle Donald until he recovered. And they've been there ever since. So either, again, A, he just ditched his kids, or B, he died.
So that's what I'm saying. That's what Disney needs to kind of step up there and be like, hey, you need to discuss, did this guy ditch his kids or did he die?
Yeah, because now I'm curious because they've been under his custody since
1938, guys. Since 1938. That's a long time to sit there and be like, oh, I'm watching your kids until you get recovered. That's a long, long recovery. Like, what the heck? No one recovers that long.
Even if you
damn it! Oh, she wants you to play the name again because she
Della, Della, Della Duck.
No, Disney does like parents. They do.
Just not.
It's just like I told you, there was this thing about the moms, being, whatever, because that was a Disney thing.
I'll write it down just in case she. Because she's always busy.
Yeah. So, I understand they do that, but that's the thing is they don't, you get that comment, but how many people are going to know that?
Okay.
On top of your head.
Oh, they never brought it up in the DuckTales series. They never brought it up in the
anywhere.
Cartoon. They never brought it up in the cartoon series.
In any cartoon with Huey, Dewey, Louie.
And Donald.
Yeah, nothing.
No. So
it's like, I don't know, but that's what I'm trying to say.
Again, 50. Yeah, 50. No, it's 1938. It's right now 2019. So 71 years. Your boy's dead.
I was like, you cannot be
either he ditched
that
it,
much.
yeah, either A, he ditched his kids, or B, he dead.
Or, I mean, you could say he's in a mental health facility and then he can't get out because he's just too traumatized. That could be possible, too. But, but it'd be just nice to more of an explanation, like, what actually...
Oh, yeah, there you go. We'll throw that into the mix. Like, 1938, it's roughly around the World War time.
Mm-hmm.
So, bang! Oh, my God! Flashbacks!
Well, no, PSD from the actual firecracker
yeah,
and stuff like that.
PTSD from the firecracker, but it makes him reminisce of, like, the wartime.
He wasn't in war yet.
America
was not in war in 1938. They didn't go into it until, like, 1942 or so.
I don't know.
Or 44 or something like that.
I don't know. The way the boy looked, he had one of them army haircuts.
But like I said, he wasn't in World War II. Possibly World War One, but not World War II.
Possibly.
Because I don't know if he got that firecracker in 1938, I doubt he went to World War II. If he was still recovering from that, whatever that was. Because, So
then, yeah, I mean, even if we played off that, then it doesn't sound like a sound theory. So it's either A, he threw away his kids.
You don't know his life, though. We don't either, but that's why Disney needs to sit there and explain themselves.
No, you misread it. She said you doiny.
Well, I know, but like I said, I understand we don't know, but the thing is, Disney needs to rehash it, I guess.
Yeah, they really need to give us an origin story of how Huey, Louie, and Dewey came to be with Donald forever.
And not just the whole, like, the comic. Well, that comic was made in 1938, people. Who the heck nowadays still wears...
it's literally been 71 years. Fill the new generation in.
Yeah, no one's going to be reading the comic, and I doubt you're going to find that comic, like, out normally.
Mm-mm.
Because I'm assuming that's a rare comic to find. I mean, any of the comics that we had was like,
I'm curious now. Let's find out.
But like, even though if you had to get the comic, it's probably worth a lot of money. You're not gonna,
Oh yeah,
they're gonna pay like billions of dollars just to try to get that one comment. It's like, I just don't know. It's like they need to rehash it. That's all I need to say. They need to make another story, like little bedtime story almost, to like just talk about your family. I don't know, type thing. I just, it's weird. But so you're so worried about this comic, obviously.
I am. I'm actually quite curious. I'm very, very much curious on.
Like I said, it's probably one of those rare comics.
Oh yeah, no, ooh.
And I'm guessing you're paying thousands of dollars just to get this one comic.
It's the Golden Age comics from 1938 to 1955. And yeah, this is actual... Oof.
Yeah.
I am sorry, sir. I'm not paying... Okay, that's not that bad. But it's not the exact one. These are... Some of them are reprints.
I mean, even a reprint's not that bad, but...
the reprints are selling for dirt cheap.
Yeah.
Because they're like, this day and age's rendition of what the 1938 comics are.
Yeah,
not the exact. Yeah, the exact one right now sells on eBay for about $3,600, and that's just for one comic.
Yeah. See, I'm not that. I mean, yes, I'm a diehard Disney, but I'm not gonna be diehard to get that one comic.
I don't know with what we have here.
I'm glad what we got out of the deal out of that. That was just worth this deal. But,
half of me says it should be also an investment for the future.
Yes, but I'm telling you, I want to keep it as long as possible to the point where, I'm going to wait because we're going to be about in our 50s by the time the 100-year anniversary comes to this.
That's why I said right around our 50-year mark and around the 100-year, I say push for it. That'd be a great time.
We'll see. We'll see how much I'm still connected to it by that time. Fair enough. Like, by that time I might be like, yeah. But by that time, too, if we have kids or something, I would be telling them, like, if they're old enough, I'd be like, hey, do you want to, I want to kind of...
Oh, no, our kids,
No.
Our kids, we're going to have to learn to fucking... If we have three kids, I'm going to trust one of them, and if they know the value of a job and
what I would do is sit them down and be like, okay, I want to ask you this now. Would you keep this in the family, for generations on down? I'm just saying, like, if you're going to keep it as a family... No, listen to me. Don't you go on me yet. You would not let me finish. But like I said, like I would ask them, like, would you keep this as a family heirloom? I'd keep it going. Like, don't sell it, just keep it going. If you do want, and like they're saying, no, we want to sell it, we want to use it for money, then I'll be like, well, sorry, you're not going to get it.
Of course you're not. That's what I'm trying to get at. Of course you're not going to get an answer until you tell. If you told them right beforehand, oh, hey, this is what it's worth, would you sell it? No. Fucking, okay, here you go, and then they fucking sell it.
No, that's what I'm telling you. You got to be trustworthy because I will find out.
No, I wouldn't even tell them anything.
No, I'm not gonna tell them about the worth. I'm gonna say because I want to keep this as a act like it's a family heirloom. Like I'm gonna act like one of my family members, even though we got it at an antique store, but like keep it to the point. Like this was a family heirloom. Somebody was like that bought,
Right.
And I'm not gonna tell them about the price of it. But if they say no, then I'll be like, okay, cool. We'll get to have the money and we'll sell it. Like if they don't even want to keep it,
I don't think.
Not even tell them the price of it. That's what I'm trying to say.
I don't know. Me personally, I would still hold on to it for us.
I don't know. I want to keep it as I'm sorry, but I'm a Disney person that wants to keep certain things, especially like that rarity, as a family heirloom thing.
I wouldn't keep it.
I'm sorry. It's going to be that way. I don't care. I paid for that, so it's mine to decide, not you.
Excuse me. It's half of ours.
No, it's not. I paid it without my whole entire money. I could understand if you gave me the actual money, then yes, it's yours. Part yours.
Fine, then I'll give you the 135.
But no, I want to keep this as a family heirloom.
And I'm saying we're holding on to it for at least 21 more years.
We'll see. But if not, I'm keeping it as a family heirloom. I don't care.
We can argue this to a T. And it'd be a long back and forth thing for the people to see.
Well, I want to keep it as a family heirloom thing because I don't like to get rid of rare stuff, especially.
Let's see what happens in 20 years. Let's just keep it at that.
Most likely, I won't keep it because I will keep it.
Again, because we'll back and forth on this all night, and yeah, let's just see what happens in 20 years.
It's still gonna be a family heirloom. I don't care what you say.
No, I'm saying
I don't care. You can tell
it doesn't
me
matter if your side is your side and my side is my side. I'm actually breaking it down to let's just see what happens in 20 years and if we change our minds.
I doubt it. I will keep it as a family heirloom. Because I'm sorry, with my rare stuff I don't find around here.
I'm not talking about.
I'm just saying in general sense. How much rare
now
stuff
you're really getting into it. I just broke it down to like a let's just see what happens.
I don't
in 20
care.
Years
I want to keep it.
And carry on and go to another topic.
No, I want to keep it. And you're not agreeing with me. That's why I'm going to keep going with it until you agree with me.
I'm not going to agree with you.
So let's
just agree to disagree and move on.
It's still going to be a family heirloom. I don't care what you say in 20 years.
That's what I'm saying. Like, in 20 years, for all I fucking know, I could say yes to keeping it. That's what I'm just trying to
say, too, obviously, there's no, like, hardly any rare stuff around, too, that I can get my hands on.
I don't think you're getting the point.
No, I'm telling you in general sense. How much do you find rarity in this small town? Not very much. You're getting most of the stuff that we're finding is stuff that's already been reproduced about 100
that's not the
million.
Point I was still getting.
I know, but I'm telling you with this, you're not understanding me either. I'm telling you that this is a thing for me that's rare that I don't normally get to see at all unless I go to live in California or said place of Florida. You're not going to find rare stuff no more. Not like this. That's very, very rare. I'm talking in general. It's like, how much do you find of rare stuff? Not very much. What we're finding stuff, too, with all the stuff that we have, is stuff that's been already reproduced enough.
Still not getting the point.
I'm telling you what I'm talking about rarity. You're not understanding me either.
I understood you. I'm trying to find a way to carry on and move along to a different topic, and you keep dragging it on. Let's see what happens in 20 years. Again, in 20 years...
I don't care. Don't tell me about this 20-year stuff right now. I'm keeping it no matter what. Don't tell me this 20-year stuff.
So, how are you going to tell me one end where let's see what happens, and then the other end, I'm keeping it? Yeah, kind of...
I didn't fuck it. You did, but okay. I don't know, guys. I'm sorry. I don't know.
What?
They're asking if the podcast is going to continue or not.
Oh, it's up to you.
Well, we can keep going.
I'm making something to eat. I'm hungry.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Oh no, it's not your guys' fault.
You should have ate. Well, didn't you eat cuddling not even that long ago?
Yeah, but it wasn't enough.
But anyways, what else are we going to talk about?
I don't know.
He's like, what else do we have to talk about? Anything you guys want to talk about that's coming up? If you know anything in Disney that you're kind of wanting to discuss. We discussed the Disney curly fries.
If I had the money right now, I'd go and walk to Arby's and just get some curly fries.
Right.
Sorry, Arby's has the banging fucking curly fries.
I know they have good fries. But anyways, that's not Disney, by the way. That's not Disney owned. So
I mean, if you break 3 curly fries in a specific way, you got Mickey Mouse. Boom.
It's like Mickey Mouse fries. But, I got fries. We got fries, too, in our freezer.
Yeah. Yeah, we do.
Yeah, we do. We could make our own whatever fries if we wanted to.
We could.
If we really, really wanted to.
I don't think we have the oil for it, though.
No. Oh, yeah, we do. But not good, though. So, there's talks of that. Let's see. What else is there to discuss that everybody wants to discuss? Well, there is talks of the Little Mermaid remake.
I wouldn't say it.
And people are throwing like Ariana Grande as Ariel. And I have no
That's
idea
why.
I don't know why, but I hope not, and I hope it's not true, because no offense to Ariana Grande, no. The bacon and cheese. Well, yeah, we could do stuff with
We
it.
don't have bacon.
I thought we did.
The bacon went bad.
But anyways.
We have the cheese.
Yeah. So, yeah, there's talks of the Little Mermaid coming out. And I'm just like, and people are throwing Ariana Grande in it. I'm sorry, no, her voice is not going to fit an Ariel-esque voice.
No.
It's going to be too harsh. Like, I'm very, like, really kind of like with the Nala situation, too. With Beyonce, because, like, her voice just doesn't fit
it's
as
not
the
the first Disney movie that Beyonce was in, though.
What other movie was she in?
Oh, what the fuck was it? She was... It was, like, around this time. It was, She was like an African American something in the movie. It was like all CGI. I can't remember what the fuck it's called though. But they showed it in a video. Beyonce wasn't it wasn't Beyonce's first rodeo in a Disney movie. It really wasn't.
She wasn't in any other Disney movies that I know of.
Yeah, no, there was another Disney movie. I just can't remember right now. It was like something about a woman in a fort. Hold on.
Oh, you're talking about that one where this one girl gets small?
Yeah.
That wasn't Disney.
Is it?
No, it was DreamWorks. It wasn't Disney. Oh, I know, honey, I know. It's not Disney. Disney didn't make it. And yeah, Epic.
Okay, so yeah, I thought
wasn't.
It was Disney.
No, it's not Disney.
So then, well, I mean, at least it's not Beyonce's first freaking rodeo in an animated.
I mean, it's not her first. No, I'm not trying to say that, but I'm just talking about because when you're thinking of the Nala back in the '90s, she was a little bit more. Like,
yeah, but I mean,
calm. I'm hoping she can stay calm and not do. You know, like how she's one of those that kind of like belts out a lot. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of a belt out type person. And I'm not nothing against Beyonce on that, but I just for Nala, because Nala's more of a kind of a timid character in some ways.
Yeah, but
so
I can honestly, as weird as it sounds, I honestly see Beyonce fitting the bill of Nala. She could pull it off.
I going to hold of like of a 50-50 on that one right now.
I'm going with
because I know her voice, I know how she sings, and she's a belted out type person. I just don't see that.
Have you seen her acting in like Austin Powers and other movies?
I have, but I'm just saying too that. But they were more talking. Yes, I can understand her talking. She's fun.
She can't regulate the accent. It doesn't matter if she has to regulate the accent or not.
You have to, especially with certain characters. You're going to have to keep the because they do force a lot of people, like, if you're playing a certain character, you gotta have that accent. And if you have any of your accents you're normally like, if I'm a Southern and I'm have to try to be English, like, having English accent.
I don't know. I mean, if there's British actors, Australian actors, and
it's
other actors
possible
that
to
can
do
pull it
it.
off.
I'm not trying to say it's not possible to do it. It's just, yeah.
Well, then maybe they gave her the proper training for it.
Hopefully, but if not, what else are you going to talk about it?
Sure, talk even more. I'll be right back. I just got to do one more thing.
But, I just don't know if she's going to be belting out too much, I feel like, and it's going to take it away from me of Nala. Where I'm thinking of Nala's more of the timid type of a character. Yeah, she can get really whatever, like, on top of it. But I just don't see her playing the Nala that I would think. And like I said, I could be wrong too by the time. That's why I'm going with the 50-50 right now. That she could be, I don't think it's a problem. I mean, Idris was a British actor. Well, it's not hard. I'm not trying to say it's not, like, it's, she never has had her accent off for her movies roles. Yeah, she's never had that either, Yuki. I agree with that. But Devontae, I do agree with that. There's a lot of people with the different accents that can play. Like, even Maya Mitchell, she's actually Australian, but she could play a really great, American accent. I don't know. Like I said, I can wait until it comes, but, I just don't, like, I'm not talking about her talking. The talking is not what I'm getting at. Like, she could play timid talking, but I'm going with more like the singing, where I think she's going to belt it out too much when it's more needs to be timid. Yeah, they undergo accent training. My baby Kate Beckinsale has a perfect American accent.
Exactly.
Yeah, no, and I agree with that. I'm not talking about that. I'm not talking about her doing the talking. I know she could play talking timid because I've seen her in Epic. She could talk timid. Mm-hmm. It's not that I'm talking about. I'm talking about her singing. It's going to be off for me for Nala. That's where I'm getting at. That's
depending on if they are going to give her that singing role or not. And if so, then yeah, it might be butchered.
That's what I'm saying. That's where I'm getting more like, not like I'm going with the whole Beyonce part.
Right.
It's not her talking. Her talking's fine.
Her talking's fine. Her singing.
Idris is an actor who is, though, so he does this often. I'm talking, laugh out loud. Sorry, like just her just having a talking role is fine with me. Her voice is fine. It's just her singing. I'm just not gonna. I don't know if I can put it with Nala's singing voice, because I know she could do whatever. It's just, yeah. But like I said, I'll still give her a try when it comes to July. I will give her the benefit of the doubt. I'm not going to sit there and be like totally like, no. But and that's too. That's what I'm saying. I'm gonna still hold out until I see the scene where Nala's supposed to sing and it totally ruins it. That's when I'll be like, that's what I was talking about. Back in April. So. I mean, I know she has control, but that's what I'm saying too. I'm not dissing her in some ways. I'm just kind of like, I'm going to be 50-50 until I see the movie. Because like I said, I hold it out for Dumbo up until I saw it. Let's see, like, who would probably actually put Nala's voice? Technically, I would keep the original actress, whoever did her first singing voice back in the 90s. Like I said, I know she can. But like I'm telling you guys too, I don't know yet because what I've seen of how she does perform, I don't know. She could surprise me. Let's just go with that. She could surprise me when I watch the movie. That's just the talk I'm talking right now. So, it's just because we don't know anything yet. It would have been nice, like with the trailer that they brought out for Lion King, it would have been nice to hear other people's voices in it. Besides, Scar and Mufasa basically talking, with the exception of Timon and Pumbaa singing at the end of that trailer. But, But Tori Kelly would have been good, yeah. I'm just like I would say, we'll just see when July comes around. We'll see how everything gets to play out. I'll hold up against it that Beyonce would be a great Nala. I just hope I don't want to be that person. I hope it doesn't come to be back when I come back to reviewing that movie and come and say I told you so back from April that she was not the greatest Nala. I would hate to be that person. Because that would just be a thing I could not want to be.
That's fine.
But like I said, but I'll hold out to July. But it'd be nice if we get another trailer where we can hear the talking voices of all the characters too.
There is usually the final trailer.
Usually.
Like a month before.
Yeah, but then again, no, because we have not seen a final trailer for Aladdin, though. They would have came out by now, because it's next month.
Yeah, she would.
I do not, in some ways, no. I hate to be that person.
She would. And in my case, she would, because then she'd be like, ha!
Okay, whatever. Honestly, I don't doubt Dante will do well. This is just me speaking as a fan. I know, and I know I was going to be stepping on like you, Devon, as a fan, and probably Yuki's a fan. You know, it's just like I just don't know yet until I see the movie. We'll just go with that from now on with that. But it would just be nice to actually hear her talking in the movie. It'd be great, like in a trailer, just so you get that idea. Like, okay, cool, that's her voice. Now, that's awesome.
Who's the person to compliment her and do the Simba voice?
Huh?
Who's Simba? Who's adult Simba?
What's Donald Glover.
Can he sing?
Yeah, he did come out with something.
Do you know who Donald Glover is?
No, I do not know who Donald Glover is. Yes, I do know who Donald Glover is.
Who is he then?
Oh, trust me, I'm fine with different opinions. I'm not a...
If one of you guys can tell me who Donald Glover is in the chat,
he did that one music video thing that got memed out.
Yeah, what's his actual online artist persona? Come on, some of you know this. The boy can sing.
I know, because I seen that music video.
That's him half-assing it. He's a comedian though.
Okay, but I'm not saying anything bad about him yet because he's not like in the big spot like as Beyonce is. Yes.
You're wrong.
No! Beyonce's been a
Hey, Devontae with the Childish Gambino. Your boy knows. See, he is that popular.
I'm not. You're not getting what I'm saying about the popularity. I'm talking about like as in yes, he is recently popular. Beyonce's been popular since the 90s. So she's been around. She's been popular since when she was in Destiny's Child. When she was singing with them.
Please, if it was a popularity contest, people would probably search up Childish Gambino more so than they would.
Yeah, that's because it's now. Beyonce's like still relevant, but not as relevant as she used to be, in some ways, because now she's a mom and all that. She's not doing as much as she used to. Yes, Charles Gambino. Yes, he will. Yes, we are talking Donald Glover. He is the voice of adult Simba. Yeah, Beyonce's still relevant as today, yes, but she's not as big as, like you said, Childish Gambino, Donald Glover. Mm-hmm. Because he's recent, he's new, and that's what a lot of people are going to be looking at. Mm-hmm. Beyonce is kind of like almost to the point of yesterday's news. She's still relevant.
But you've also seen him not only as a comedian, you've seen him as an artist, and you've seen him as an actor.
Well, no, she's still relevant, but I'm just talking as in general, as she's not as relevant.
She's trending right now probably because of the whole bullshit that's going on with either A, her tour, B, her relationship with Jay-Z, C, the kid, or D, the Lion King.
Oh, the kids. She has twins.
Sorry, kids.
Yeah, I'm just saying, yeah, she's still trending. And she had a documentary, yes. That's what I'm trying to say. She's trying to still be relevant. Even though she has, like I said, when they get to the part of documentary... She had, that's when they're kind of hitting almost the point of they're not being as relevant as they used to be when they hit the documentary stage.
Yeah, like the back when I was a kid.
Well, but I mean, which I still need to see. I'm not allowed. Yeah, I'm just saying too, it's like when you get to that point, it's just like she's kind of like, it's now we're going to play the trying game now. What's going to work with me now.
Fun fact. There is a Disney-owned juice company. Disney Donald Duck Apple Juice and Disney Donald Duck Orange Juice.
Yeah, we've already, yeah. Alright, anyways, we'll get off that topic.
And there's no other thing, because it's, I guess, owned by Citrus World, which is owned by Disney.
Right.
Sorry, I'm eating a breakfast bowl. It's Noms.
Okay.
This is a meme. That's a cream.
So should we talk about what Disney has done recently, as in donations? Disney donated $5 million to Paris to rebuild the Notre Dame that burned down this week.
Mm-hmm.
So that's something that Disney has done.
For those of you who don't know, what happened was the Church of Notre Dame was going through its, regular renovations when, due to some renovation stuff, I guess it started a small fire in the attic, and it went from there.
You know what was and I heard this from my cousin today while I was getting my hair done. She told me this. They just took out all the paintings out of that cathedral, which is awesome. So they saved some very, very old paintings.
A majority of it is salvageable, which is great.
Well, and then the funny thing is too, they said the only things that stood still standing is the bell towers.
Yes.
So that's awesome to think that the bell towers are the ones that stayed still
Salma
standing.
Hayek's boyfriend, whoever that French guy is,
I don't know.
he donated.
Yeah, they did.
He donated $2 billion.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess his father or his brother or whatever, the one who owns like the really high expensive brand name fucking shit like that you see on purses and whatever and drinks and
whatever. I don't care.
And,
don't
it's like Hennessy and these that.
Oh, whatever. Just don't.
He
go there.
donated a couple other billions, so they.
I mean, believe.
So there's feasibly billions going into this as well.
They're going to rebuild it the way it was.
Yes.
It might take a while because there's some authentic stuff that's like it's going to take like.
Yes.
Like very good craftsmen, especially like with the stained glass windows.
So there is not millions going into it. There is billions going into it.
But I'm just letting you know that Disney did donate $5 million.
Oh yeah, no, there's a lot of people that are donating into this.
Since we're talking Disney, that's where I'm going at because I'm talking about Disney. Disney did donate $5 million to rebuild it.
I know they could have done more.
Well, possibly might add more. We don't know.
I'm just saying.
It's just like
they made it success off of the Notre Dame.
Not really. Actually, it did not do as well as they were supposed to.
Doesn't matter. They still.
But they did. But all in all, too, they did do a movie to it.
Although the fucked up part is today's generation. So, I caught this in a actual news post, and it even got so bad that PewDiePie himself asked people. So recently, today's youth have been stupidly posting pictures since it happened of the burning Notre Dame.
What's sad is that the same day one of Islam's third holiest mosques burned down. Yeah, right?
So what recently has happened is stupid idiot people have taken the picture of the Notre Dame being burned, and then idiots putting the picture of Quasimodo underneath with his his holy shit face, and they've turned that into a meme. And it got so fucked up and messed up that even PewDiePie, what we still deemed outside of fucking T-Series, I still deem PewDiePie as number one.
I think he is. I think he's still close.
T-Series is fucking like $200,000. Not the point. Even he has asked people, stop memeing Notre Dame. This is very serious.
Yes, that's been around since years.
Yeah. Over
100 years. Since 1280 when it was built. And we're now at 2019. Yeah, that's been around 200, 300, 400 years almost, And that building, that's pretty good for that building to still stand there till 2019. Till it got burned.
Are you kidding me?
But, and I believe it would have stayed longer if it didn't catch fire, I would be
clearly you didn't see the ABC report about it where they did an extensive search, and there's a lot more.
Yeah, but I'm not going to discuss it. We're talking Disney, so we need to get off the track of. I understand, but it's not Disney.
I'll break it down in a simple sentence: the stone craftsmanship of the pioneers of back then is why it's still standing to this day.
Well, yes, but I'm just saying.
Yeah. Anyways.
But back to Disney. What other Disney live action movies that would you like Disney to do, guys? I want to ask you. What would you want to see become a live action movie?
I still want to see a Tarzan with Channing Tatum. Or not Tarzan, Hercules, sorry.
Yeah, I was going to say, wait. No, I don't see Channing Tatum as being a Tarzan. Tarzan, even though he looks muscular, but I don't think he would be that muscular.
I actually have a different idea if they wanted to do a real-life Tarzan. Just going based on facial structure. You remember the guy who did what's his name? His actor name, but the guy who did Loki. in the Avengers.
Oh, yeah.
Tom's Hiddlesworth. Or Hiddleston. Or whatever.
Yeah, Hiddleston.
I think he would make a great fucking Tarzan.
Nah.
I think so.
I don't think so because he still has that face of being Loki in some ways. So it's like
True,
I don't think I will see him try. I mean, it could be a good thing.
Hey, Joshua.
Hey,
there he is.
We're waiting for you, Josh.
But no, I think Tom Hiddleston would do a great Tarzan.
He would, but then again, I don't see him being because I don't think they would because he's too much of Loki, the bad person.
So
I don't know.
Josh, you are exactly the person we've been waiting for. We've been waiting to show off this one particular piece to another diehard Disney fan.
Like yourself.
And I hope you can enjoy this as much as we do. So, are you ready?
I guess we're going to get off the topic of what we were going to start.
Okay. Sorry.
This is a side note, guys, here, and then we'll get back to the topic of...
So, we were discussing rare stuff prior. We've had a Burger King... we have a Burger King Aladdin mug, cup, whatever you want to call it. We actually have a piano score from Song of the South.
Wow.
A waka flocka flame as a Tarzan swinging from a rubber band doing what a
anyways.
So, all right. Drum roll, please.
Yeah, that's about as far as I'm going.
Okay. So, you ready, guys?
Well, you see the certificate on the back.
You guys see the certificate on the back? Ready? Okay.
Well, hold on here. It's focusing.
Say hello to the 1941, actually, bam! Disney sealed cellugraph from the Dumbo animated feature. It was $135 fucking dollars.
But it's worth more.
It is worth more on eBay as we speak.
And it's in its original frame and everything.
Original frame.
Well, I be done seeing about everything when I see an elephant fly.
Yep, it's the Disney stamped. It's been on the back. It's been certified. Like, hey, it is what it is. It really is. It's no bullshit.
Yep.
The pawn shop, or not pawn shop, the antique shop guy, because we went into the one in Winfield, and she generally, we were looking around and generally finding Disney stuff.
We even asked the guy there. And
like a last-ditch effort, she asked the guy, hey.
No, I asked right before we walked in.
Well, yeah, you asked him twice.
No, I asked him once.
No, you asked him twice.
Nope, I asked him once. Only asked him when we walked in the door. I asked him, do you have anything Disney? And he said, I will look, and that's about it. That's it. And then he said he couldn't find anything. He said, just look around. That's all he said.
Yeah, but no.
Or he said he wasn't the percentile.
No, I remember you specifically asked him twice. Otherwise, he wouldn't have brought that out, because he said...
No, he didn't say that until we came back when we were about to go pay for the books. Who did the voice of the stork? I can't remember his voice, but I know his voice was like kind of like a voice that's been around. I can't remember, Josh. Tell me.
I want to say it was something like a famous musician, but I can't put my finger.
The stork, he didn't really sing.
Doesn't matter. I want to say it's got to be a singer.
Instead of eBay, you guys could take it to an auction for diehard Disney fans. We probably could.
I'm not getting.
Yeah, good job. AKA Winnie the Pooh. Yeah, I knew it was somebody. I just can't remember the name exactly.
I'm not even.
I knew it was somebody that had a voice that was like a cartoon for a while.
Right.
So I knew.
I'm not even getting. Yeah, but as for the auction or the whatever, yeah, I'm not even going to get into it anymore, Miss. She's already made up her mind. I'm not going to debate it anymore.
And God, yeah.
Yeah, I'm not going to debate it anymore or whatever. I'm done with that one.
But so yeah, that was our biggest find that we found, especially in our area. That we found that. And we've looked through stuff, and it's actually worth a lot, but we're going to see how it looks less. I Googled it. Laugh out loud. Sorry.
Boo.
Devontae, you are not supposed to, when we do Disney, you cannot go looking up. You know this. You can't Google it. If I did, I would have done that already. But anyways, but you're good, Devontae. It's like, you should know this by now. We don't Google the answer.
You don't ever Google Disney. Ever. No. I'm joking. Says the man who Googled up what Huey, Dewey, and Louie's parents are.
Well, that's different. I'm talking about like what Josh, asked and everything.
Right.
So yes, that was our biggest find, was that Dumbo picture, and it's in its original frame. That's the original frame of the picture and everything, and that was something we found, especially in the small towns that we have here. So we were excited, especially when it had the stamp of approval. It's actually Disney owned everything. Whatever Disney did, Disney created it. Not like this, like, somebody out of nowhere decided to, I am going like this. Donald and Daisy, and he don't want to claim them.
No,
Josh,
we found out.
Josh, you're not getting it. Huey, Dewey, and Louie are actually nephews to Donald Duck, and they say that.
Yeah, no, because
countless times with anything with Huey, Dewey, and Louie, it's always Uncle Donald.
It's Unca.
Well,
so, not Uncle, but Unca.
But basically Uncle Donald.
So yeah, I did some soul searching because it bugged the crap out of me too, and it was during this stream that I was like, wait, who are
likely story?
Like, I'm like, oh, who are Huey, Dewey, and Louie's parents? And I actually went online, to search it up because, based on the comics or cartoons and the video games, again, you have this weird patriarch of like, okay, Huey, Dewey, and Louie call Donald Uncle Donald, and they call Scrooge Uncle Scrooge, but Donald Duck calls Scrooge Uncle Scrooge. So we kind of at least gave a hierarchy?
Patriarch, basically, that's what
Patriarch.
It's called.
Yeah. So there's Uncle Scrooge, who's the actual uncle, then it's Donald Duck, and I guess, to the kids, granted they call him Uncle Scrooge, but I guess it's more like great uncle.
Mm-hmm.
So I looked online and come to find out it's Della Duck. So the story is based on a 1938 comic strip called Amen. It's when Huey, Dewey, and Louie light a firecracker underneath their dad's chair. He gets injured from it, and he sends them over to Uncle Donald's house until he recovers. And before they go to bed, they gave their prayers and Mama and Papa and Uncle Donald. But you never hear about his parents ever.
Their
parents ever again. And it's been 71 years.
Roughly, yes.
Roughly.
Yeah. So it's kind of like, and they run off. Basically,
well, there was another theory though they actually had in the Disney fandom, where they stated that the firecracker isn't the firecracker killed him, basically.
I wouldn't be surprised to know how Disney goes with, if either that the parents are injured, but they have to eventually die.
Yeah,
or they'll keep them alive.
The injury was the injury was actually way too severe, and it ended up killing him.
Yeah, but that's what I'm saying. I wish Disney itself, not fandoms and all that jazz.
Yeah.
But actually, Disney itself they need to do something to discuss this. Like, hey, this is what really happened. This is what the story is supposed to go.
Yeah, that's why.
Like, if Walt Disney said something to somebody, and got passed down, it should,
Well, yeah, that's
why.
And
then, like I said too, nobody's gonna read a comic.
Yeah. That's why me and you discussed about, like, hey, at least revive the idea, revive the story, or at least, give us
Maybe it started a fire. Yeah, it could have. It could have started a fire at their house.
Yeah, or at least, give us an updated version of that to the new generation.
Rich is yes. So, but anyways, let's go back to the topic of what live action movie you guys will want to see Disney do. Out of all their animation movies that they have came out with, what live action would you want to see?
Because Through the Looking Glass sucked.
What? Oh, of Alice in Wonderland?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then they did do an Alice in Wonderland TV show back in the day, in the 90s. I watched it. I remember watching
101 Dalmatians remake was good.
That was really good. Yes, it was. But we're going to discuss that when we talk about the Silver Age. Sorry, what live action movie of what would we want to see? Yes. Josh said Robin Hood.
That's a good one.
Do we want to keep it with the animals, or do we want to do a live action, like an actual person?
I
Because
would-
they were
I would-
they had the animals act
I would
like
honestly
people.
like to see how it was if it would be remade a la animated, like all CGI.
Okay. Well, that's what I said.
I'm sorry, to see a Fox version of Robin Hood to me is still more badass than.
Well, and I understand, but there's some people that will, because all the animals acted like people. So, I mean, do you want to go on the people-esque, or do you want to go with the animal-esque?
I would go with the animal-esque. Keep it as it is, but a full CGI style. And at least keep the core of it, like the whistling rooster who's not only your narrator.
Pocahontas, that would be a good one. That one might be almost controversial, too.
Yeah, on a lot of levels.
I mean, it's a good movie. I would.
Oh, it is.
Yeah, humans would be the same, yeah.
Yeah, exactly.
The animals, yeah. I would agree with that one.
Robin Hood and Little John running through the forest.
Was there a live action of Peter Pan? Well, there's been all kinds of remakes of Peter Pan.
But not an official Disney one?
Yeah, I don't think there's an official Disney one, so possibly you can put that as in there, like Disney's version of it.
Princess and the Frog, that's too...
No, it can go. 2009 was when that came out. I think about 10 years. And this is not like right now. Like, this could go on for the next few years. So, like, it could be coming from the 20-year anniversary for all we know. But that'd be awesome, too, to see the Peter Pan version of...
You want to know what I honestly would love to
Disney-wide
see if he was still alive?
But like I said, Pocahontas might be controversial, too. You know how people are in their controversy stuff. But I would like to see a real-life version of it, too.
I would have loved...
More or less, I would probably like to see the actual story.
What's the actor's name that's who plays Doc Brown in...
Christopher Lloyd?
Yeah, if he was still alive.
He's still alive.
You said I can bind the skin of his teeth.
He's still alive.
Okay, so if Christopher Lloyd had any more give in him, I would love to see him play Merlin in a live adaptation of The Sword and the Stone.
Yeah, I would, but I don't think at this point... Probably not, because he's probably to the point of that. Atlantis would have been a good one, too.
Either way, I need to find a good...
I think a live action of Toy Story would be very interesting to see. I feel it would also be nearly impossible, I feel. What do you guys think?
It's a possibility.
Never mind. No, it wouldn't be impossible. Hey, nothing's impossible with Albert. They are making Milan.
Yeah,
Either it's already done or whatever, but Milan's already been taken care of. It's coming out next year.
Yeah, it's coming out 2020.
Yeah, Lilo and Stitch might be interesting. That would be an interesting one, too. Yeah. Treasure Planet would be another one. Would be a really interesting. Treasure Planet would be another one. Would be really, really cool to see. With all, like, not just with the CGI, but just with, because, Treasure Planet has all those,
my brain clicked. I've got a smile. The Rescuers.
Yeah, that would be an interesting one. The Rescuers. More or less, I want to say Rescuers Down Under more than Rescuers.
Either way. It'd be cute to see two
the
little...
Cats could be good. That would be fun.
Everybody wants...
Hey, Bella. But yeah, Milan's it's already either being made or it's being made right now. So, because it's coming out next year, guys. And Rescuers is good, too. I prefer the Rescuers Down Under. So... I don't know. I think it had a better, to me, interesting storyline, I guess, or something. I don't know. I felt like the first one was a little slow in some ways to me.
We were talking about a live adaptation of Oliver.
Yeah, you didn't know the actual story comes from the actual play Oliver Twist.
No, I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's what the movie's based off of. Yes, Oliver Company is based off the Oliver Twist. But Oliver and Company would be a good one, too.
Well,
especially with Billy Joel still singing as Dodger. Why should I worry? Why should I care? Sorry, that played yesterday on my Facebook yesterday.
Oh, it's fine.
Lady and Tramp is being rumored right now that it is getting a live action. We just don't know when, Albert. Chip and Dale is not bad either. If we do Chip and Dale Rescue Rangers, that would be awesome. Devontae is actually singing with me.
Give me 1 second.
But yes, Albert, I did see there is a thing about it. What?
No, keep going.
I don't know why you're going over there for. So, yeah, there's a rumor, but I don't know when it's going to be made or anything, but there is rumor that there is going to be.
That's another good option. A live-action adaptation of Pinocchio.
Yeah, but like I said, I'm very going to be really against people doing anything from the Silver or the Gold Age with Walt Disney actually making the movie itself.
Oh, I know.
Because
Trust me.
they already ruined Dumbo. That's kind of like a Gargoyles. Yes, that was a good TV show. I remember watching Gargoyles, and it didn't last long. I wish they could bring that back and make more seasons out of it. Gargoyles would have been awesome. And I think there was talks about a Gargoyles live action too, like a movie of some sort. They were talking
there
about
was a huge talk about it back in the day. It just never fell through.
but it could come back now since I'm gonna consider this now. Disney's in the age of live action movies. You know, so that's where they're at right now. They're in the age of live action.
Why don't they remake? Because there was another one on there that caught my eye that I remember both as a movie and a TV show.
Mighty Ducks. Well, Mighty Ducks. I know there was the cartoon version of Mighty Ducks, but they did do like
The live action.
Well, that wasn't. I don't know if it was really live action. It was just a version of Mighty Ducks.
There was 3 of them.
I know, but there it was a cartoon version of the Mighty Ducks.
Oh.
So I don't. It's kind of like a toss-up.
Yeah.
Basically, you know.
I know.
They could. I never really. No offense. I never watched the Mighty Ducks cartoon version with the actual ducks. It was just about kids and hockey.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, see, that's why not Tailspin? Tailspin, yes. Tailspin was awesome TV show.
Well, I was thinking there was a movie and a TV show of this, and I would like to see a nice remake of it. What about Disney?
No, they don't count.
What about Disney's Dinosaur?
That might be very hard, and it was pretty much almost CGI'd anyways. That's when they started doing, like, after the Toy Story stuff with Pixar, they started doing that. So it's basically almost already like live action as it is already.
But since the Pixar's technology and the Disney technology have gotten better over the years,
doubt it's going to get remade because
know.
it's already there per se. So I doubt it that they're going to redo Dinosaurs, or at least not anytime soon. It might be way down the road for that one. It'd be like one of those last movies they would do. Cartoon was actually
there is a live action Kim Possible movie. It's just
it's already came out, Albert, and it was not great.
Yeah, no, it's basically it basically ended up being TV movie material.
Yeah, it was on the TV version.
It's ass. It's ass.
Yeah, a lot of people were disappointed in it, basically. Yeah, Disney Channel did it, and sometimes there's some pretty good stuff on the Disney Channel. Like, so when they do put it, but then it seems like all the good ones I like, they freaking cancel after like maybe so many seasons.
Here's an interesting
question. And that
question.
gets on my nerves so much. So that's why I kind of stopped watching. Recess live action would probably be a good one, like a Recess movie type thing of a live action, like kind of like putting all the episodes together in a movie, kind of almost in some ways.
Maybe
that would be kind of cool.
I have an honest question, and this one I've wanted to.
And they could really work on Recess.
And this one I've wanted to talk to you about for the longest time because it is my favorite movie.
Mm-hmm.
And you guys may know, for those who are part of my channel, that my favorite movie of all time has always been The Nightmare Before Christmas. Do you think it should be remade or should stay as is? Because back then in the 90s when Tim Burton did it, it was all claymation. Now with today's...
So it's kind of real and almost, but just, kind of like that clay animation. You know, that type of thing. So it's kind of like still real, but not so real. Yeah. I don't know. I don't think that one should really be touched because it's already what it is. I'm afraid if they try... Because, I mean, let me sit there and tell you this. They do, like, the meet and greets with Jack and Sally.
Right.
At Disney World. I'm sorry, but there's going to be no way you're going to get like that. Because
I don't know.
No, listen, hear me out. You see the movie.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God, you're in love with the movie, blah, blah, blah. Jack Skellington's awesome. But when you see him in real life, how they do it, like even just a costume version of it, they can't get it. And it looks so bad. And I've seen, people meeting the Jack and Sally. And Sally does good because Sally's an easy character to, make out of the clay animation because she's kind of like a typical whatever. But Jack is so hard, it just looks awful. Unless they can get the costume correctly, like of whatever, they're going to try to do it like more like that. Unless they do the CGI.
Yeah, it's all going to be CGI.
But I know, but
it's not going to be live action.
I just don't know.
Like, okay, you remember how they took the transitional look of how Jack Skellington looked in maybe Kingdom Hearts 1 and Kingdom Hearts 2? at least in that CGI form,
Mm-hmm.
you're
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. I see now.
that I would see, and how they did it in Corpse Bride, like that. At least that technology, it looks like it could possibly work.
Yeah, I don't know. I think I really want to keep The Nightmare Before Christmas as itself as it is.
I don't know.
I don't want it to get CGI.
I mean, I can agree with Joshua. I think a rehash CGI form would look good. Probably might fail, except for those who genuinely love The Nightmare Before Christmas.
That's what I'm saying. Like, there's just certain, like I said, like even I'm talking about, don't touch the Golden Age or the Silver Age where Walt Disney actually had say in the movies, unless you can actually create it to where it was. Like, for example, Jungle Book. It was a success. It did well.
Exactly. It doesn't hurt the genre.
But when you,
that's what Disney used to be all about back in the day. You know, sometimes
I know it's a try, but
sometimes it was
he
like
wasn't doing the try as in let's remake something. It was like try with original ideas, and that's the problem with Disney is having right now is they're not coming up with original ideas to make different movies. Yeah, they're doing it here and there, but they're not doing as they did before. Like say like for the Renaissance era, that was a big boom. Now they're just kind of like, well, we have nothing else to think about, so let's just remake everything.
Okay, so from a different perspective, I understand that. But again, if they can do it to where somehow they bent the rules in a way, and they've done a 3D version of The Nightmare Before Christmas, yes, because you know and I know they've done that.
Mm-hmm.
Then
they did them with a lot of movies.
So then the possibility of CGI might exactly work. Maybe not.
I don't know, but I
think
it's already done like kind of like I want to consider almost like a CGI already because of the claymation. That's something different.
I don't know. To me, it feels good, but it feels outdated.
I know, but the thing is too. But you think about it. No other Disney movie is claymation. Not even close. No one has ever. That was the only. That's why I'm saying it should not be touched because it's Disney's only claymation movie they ever made. They have never touched it ever since. So I want to keep it as original as it can be because I'm just afraid if you do the CGI, it's going to lose it. I think it's going to lose the creativity that it is actually. And people will be like, "Oh, I'd rather watch this one than this one when the claymation was actually great."
That was DreamWorks.
Yes, that was DreamWorks. That wasn't.
I can't believe I remember that.
Guys, I do see what you're saying. I know what you're saying, but I just think it's because it's the only claymation they ever did.
No, then
that's
at
why
least,
I feel like
at least then separate. Sell them separately. Have the original for those who are into the classics, and have the remake for those who are interested in the revamp.
I understand, but you're going to say the same thing with all the other movies.
No.
Yes, you are.
How so?
Because we'll sell the original like of Beauty and the Beast, but there's the live action where we're going to sell it to the ones now. You're going to sell that to every Disney movie that's going to come out now. I just don't feel like they should touch Nightmare Before Christmas unless they could do it correctly. Right now, Disney's doing too much of this experimental of live action with certain movies. And some of them are good and some of them are fails.
But again, that's always been Disney. Hi, Cara. But that's always been how Disney approaches things. They've been going, at least nowadays, and I know it sounds crazy.
That'd be good. I like that. Hi, folks. But
Hi,
yeah, I agree, Josh, on that one. That would be a good one. Okay, I understand you want to do the Mickey, but they did do a Sorcerer's Apprentice, but it's with people, like live people. And fun fact too, guys, I almost had a role to play that movie, but actually there was a director that actually came to me to ask me to play a role in that movie, but I turned it down.
For your school?
No, actually, I actually signed myself up as an actor. An acting thing, like it's like a little site back when I was younger, when I first started my job. And I actually was just like, I just put myself out there. The director or the casting person from the Disney Sorcerer's Apprentice actually came to me and asked me if I would actually audition.
So you could have been Miss Famous and you were like, nah.
Nah, I don't know if it was because of the timing. I didn't know if I could get, out there and do it type thing.
Fair enough.
And that was when I started my job, so I didn't have the money to do it, to go out there, The
only thing I've ever done as a play was when I was a little kid of what's called the coloring book. And it was literally, coloring book, life is like a coloring book. Don't ask. I pretty much played
the... God, you know what would be the best movie in live action? What? Me. Devontae.
Disney's Devante.
All right.
Work, cover girl, work.
So, but they have to experiment to get better. Yes, that's what the problem is, Albert. They're not really experimenting at the moment. They're just kind of like, oh, this is an easy out. Let's just make these into live actions. I want to see original. Could act out. Could out act. Yeah, I agree with that too, Josh. I
Call
think
me
so.
mother. Call me maybe. You mean? I don't know.
Oh, no, I was reading Josh's thing. I think Mickey would have done better. It would have been cool to have a Mickey, but I would agree with that. Live action kind of almost with the Mickey Mouse Sorcerer's Apprentice version, like from the Fantasia era, and make it to more a full-length movie. That would have been awesome.
I don't know. Y'all loved Call Me Mother is a RuPaul song. Never heard of it. I need to listen to
that's
that
awesome.
then.
So, but yeah, but I know that, Albert, but the thing is, I feel like they're losing their experimental original stories now. Like, all they're coming out was like the easy route to me is like, well, let's just we'll just remake everything and put them in live action. That's all they're doing right now that Disney's doing. They're not coming out with original stories. Like, the last one I'm thinking is like Moana is probably the last one so far. So, what's your idea? I don't even know which idea we're talking about.
For once, Belle has agreed with me about, and it's actually going against you about the entire CGI Nightmare Before Christmas.
They could do it, but I'd rather wait until they can get better with their live action stuff. Right now,
I wouldn't say live action. I think it's purely
No,
CGI.
I want them to wait for a little bit and make sure they're being more comfortable. But right now, they're playing this like playing around stuff where
But
it's like,
I would also recommend they highly do it if the story's going in another direction in a sense. Yes and no. I can agree with you on that. Where it's like, if they keep the core elements of the Nightmare Before Christmas, sure. But if they fill in some plot holes that they didn't in the movie, okay. But again, there's two things that need to be.
But that's the problem with Disney right now is
Yeah, exactly. I would call it
But that's the problem. Like, I don't know if I want to. I just don't feel comfortable right now for them to do it right at
that's
this
fine.
moment.
Give it like maybe another 10 years or so.
Yeah, because until they
But
can
there
perfect
are
their
two
CGI
things-
and stuff like that,
Oh,
because
yeah.
right now they're still in their infancy of what the fuck they're doing right now.
Fair enough.
This whole like,
I think
live
Pixar needs
action.
to. I think Pixar Animated Studios needs to get behind it. And
well, I don't know how well it's going to do now because Bill Lasser's gone. He's
I know.
gone, and I don't know how well it's
But
going to
I
go
have a
now.
strong feeling if Pixar Animation Studios gets right behind it, have Tim Burton redirect it, and have Danny Elfman do the music again for it, I think it would be a wonderful idea. Because Pixar Animation
I doubt you're going to get
outshines
everybody.
Disney's animation tenfold.
I'm just saying, I doubt if they're going to get them all together again. Because time-wise.
I know. But if they can get all...
And I don't even think Tim Burton's going to go back to live action at this moment after this flop of Dumbo.
Probably not. That's why I said...
That's why I'm saying I doubted he will want to come back. Even to just already redo Nightmare Before Christmas, I doubted he would.
Yeah.
Because with the flop of Dumbo... And yeah, that's another thing too. Disney's too scared to offend people. And that's where I'm like, this is what's getting on my bullshit thing, because it's like Disney was not afraid himself.
No.
He didn't care two hoots who the heck he offended. He's like, this is my work. I don't care what the fuck you're doing. I don't care what you say. I'm putting this movie out. I don't care if you like it or not.
Because
You can choose you can choose to go to the movies. If you want to go see this movie, great. If you don't want to, great. Not harming my ass right now.
Exactly. That was always Walt's mentality. Is
And
if
that-
you want to
and
watch it,
people
watch it. If
after-
you don't want to watch it, don't fucking
And
watch
that's what
it.
happened after the fact of Disney. When he passed away after Jungle Book, everything besides the Renaissance, everything went downhill. And people were just like, don't know what to do. And they didn't want to offend people because people were like, oh, wham, 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 wham. Even nowadays, Disney's still getting the wham, wham, wham.
I mean, nowadays, even more so in the butthurt era.
Yes, Yuki, but that's the thing is, sometimes you do want to go revisit it, sometimes you don't, because after what you did, you're done with it. You're like, that's my baby. Like Walt Disney.
Exactly. See, Albert said it best. You can't blame Disney when everybody else is being hypersensitive little bitches.
Right. Well, that's what Disney needs to stop thinking about.
That's what I'm
If
trying to
they
get.
don't
Because
start
back
pushing
then,
the
back then
envelope-
when Walt was alive, he was always, go, if you're going to be such a woman
And
about
one
it, go
easy one to live action is
meet the Robinsons. That's
yeah.
pretty. I'm a big head.
Yeah. And it's because of the snowflakes are ruining everything. They are, and they're even going back to old Disney stuff, what's already been made. It's like, how are you going to change it? Seriously, like when we're talking about, like, let's say, you know, Little Mermaid, people are having an issue because, oh, kiss a girl, she didn't give consent for you to kiss her. And I'm sitting here like, do you guys know the premises of the story? Do you know the reason why this whole song
Do you know that it was a lot darker and that in one scene?
I'm talking about the Disney one because people are
I know.
they're nitpicking. But the thing is, don't you guys remember the story? She has to have the prince kiss her in 3 days. So she's going to give consent no matter what because she has to have it. I don't care. I know the song sounds bad.
Wasn't there a part? Well, I'm saying in the original, wasn't there an actual scene where she didn't she was scared and she ended up sewing her fucking legs back together?
That was never Disney. That was
No,
that
that was
original
I'm talking about the original.
Yeah, well, she killed herself.
Yeah, and then she in the end she killed herself.
Wait, seriously? I didn't hear about that. That's silly. Yeah, it's Christian had her die. Yeah, that's basically what Josh said. But yes, Devontae, it was a college thing. A college kid made a big deal because these like frat brothers, or they did like a choir thing or something. They do this every year thing, and they always do the Kiss the Girl song, and they always bring up a female, and it's consensual basically because a female goes up there and they sing the song, they kiss her, on the cheek, not like on the lips or nothing, but somebody made a big deal about it, and they even said, then they went to the movie saying, well, she never had consent, blah 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 blah. Well, it's like. Ariel did. You guys know the story. The story is she has to have the prince kiss her in 3 days, or otherwise she goes back to being a mermaid, and she's owned by Earth. No, she still has her voice.
But so then her soul is owned by Ursula.
Yeah, basically her voice is with Ursula.
Yeah, she becomes a poor unfortunate soul.
So, but if she doesn't kiss the prince, she goes back to being a mermaid, and she's owned by Ursula, basically. The whole story. But the thing is, this person that was just, Yeah, they were dark. Most fairy tales were. But so that's the whole spiel on that one, on The Little Mermaid. And that one was just so overdone. I was like, why did you even think of that? Because if you don't know the story, she wants the prince to kiss her. Even though she can't say it or not, she wants him to kiss. You can even look at her dang eyes in the song. When, like towards the end of the song, you can sit there and look at Eric and Ariel.
She looks like either A, she really wants to kiss him, or B, she wants to get fucked.
Yeah, you can see her eyes. She's like, please kiss me, please. That look was like, please kiss me. And, and she even was leaning into the kiss. It wasn't like, like this, like, I'm back here.
Yeah, like, here, let me grab you by the throat and fucking plant one on you.
Like I can sit there and say, like, I'm back here, and he's only moving. They were both moving at the same time. So it's like, so I'm like, where are you getting this whole, she didn't have consent, or he didn't have consent to kiss her? So that's like, really, guys? That's kind of a little bit too much in my book. People are too much nitpicking old Disney. Too much, and it's like, you guys need to get over it. It's already been made. There's nothing else you can do.
It's just like Yuki said it best. And again, we'll reiterate this entire sentence that I've done once. Where no matter what you do, everybody's going to be butthurt about anything. Like in the world of Disney, in the world of video games, in the world of books, in the world of creativity. Just in the world of creativity. Because you could make your character a white female character, and then someone.
If I was her, I would have already done that thing before the Kiss the Girl song started.
So,
well, true, yes, I think all of us would have been that way. But it's like it had to be a coinciding thing. Like, yes, she was in love. It's like the Beauty and the Beast story where they both have to fall in love. Mm-hmm. It can't just be one-sided. Mm-hmm. I don't think the prince would have liked it either if she came out of nowhere after she'd meet him. Like when when he finds her on the rock and stuff like that. People that are hypersensitive little bitches should educate themselves before bringing up an argument. That's true. And that's what's the problem is. People are not educating themselves. They're just randomly saying, oh, this is racist. This is #MeToo movement bullcrap. This was not consent. Blah, blah, blah. Did you watch this movie? Did you ever pay attention to this movie? Obviously not. Because if you're sitting there ranting about blah, 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 you're not getting the gist of the movie. You didn't even pay attention. You just sit there and just assumed that was a bad thing. Assumed. Let's face facts. Sebastian had a kick-ass singing voice as a crustacean Barry White. Yes. Yes. Sebastian was awesome. Anyways, what are you going to... I'm sorry, I got into that. It's like when people start saying something like...
I know. I just thought it was hilarious when I try to butt in and speak again, you're just like, you'd get all pissy and defend, and everybody's defending you, and I'm just like, I'm just gonna sit here, shut up, and let you do your thing.
Sorry. I just get irritated with people nitpicking, especially Disney movies when they're already made.
I will reiterate the same line over and over again. Even if you made a white character, let's say I'll make a Disney movie for the future. Let's say my protagonist is going to be a white female. Why does she, a lot of people, why does she have to be white? Why can't she be this race? Okay, I'll make her this way. Oh, why can't she be this? Yeah, I know. And it's like, okay, well, maybe it doesn't have, and then, yeah, like, they'll break it down, like, well, why does it have to be just a white female? Why can't she be African-American? Or why can't she be Asian? Or, okay, well, I'll make her an Asian. Why does she have to be Asian? It's like, why can't she be...
Well, that's what happened.
And it's like, all right, fine, let me make, and then it breaks down to even deeper, like, why does she have to be a female? Why can't it just be a male or a transgender? It's like, all right, fine, I'll make a fucking male. Oh, why does it have to... You can't fucking win.
No, but that's what happened with The Princess and the Frog.
Yeah.
She wasn't supposed to be African American. She was supposed to be white. But the African American people stood
literally
up
just, why does it have to be a white?
Well, no, but they stood up for themselves saying, hey, there's no African American princess. Which I give props to. There wasn't. And I agree. There wasn't at that time, before Princess and the Frog, which was in 2009, there wasn't an African American princess. So I was like, yes.
Yeah, there was a bunch of whites and one Indian and one.
Okay. But before the Princess and the Frog,
there was one Indian and one Native American. Other than that, they were predominantly.
Honey, there was never an Indian one. She is Arabian.
Sorry, Arabian.
But the thing is,
exactly.
But so like before Princess and the Frog, there was Arabian, there was an Native American, and there was Asian.
Yeah.
Because of Mulan. Yeah. She was Asian.
And then, but other than that, it was just white.
Yeah, pretty much it was all white princesses. So when that happened with the whole, everybody, she was Indian. Like, well.
Native American.
When he was talking about Indian, he was talking about India. He wasn't talking about, because he did eventually say Native American, which is the other Indian. But he was saying Indian, which wasn't. Princess Jasmine is Arabian princess. She's actually like Middle Eastern princess. So, I mean...
She had dot on forehead.
And I agree. I want that too. She didn't have the dot on her forehead.
She had jewel on forehead.
No, she didn't.
I distinctly remember in one scene she had freaking blue jewel on forehead.
No. It wasn't on her head. It was in her hair. It was never on her head.
Either way.
I'm glad there's an African American personally. If there was an Asian, Arabian, Native American, and French one, I don't see why bringing up the fact that there should be AA1 should be a problem. Not that I would be offended if there wasn't one. I just think. Well, that's what I'm trying to say. Disney needs to like.
I bet you it wasn't. If I could take a guess, it was probably more or less like the NAACP that really got on Disney's ass and was just like, why isn't there?
Not really them. It was actually the whole group itself, not just that group. Like Disney has a long history of being.
Yeah, we have a French princess. Actually, there's two French princesses, Belle and what the fuck is her name?
This is gonna test you, like if you know where they're from.
I know.
There's actually two princesses from France, which is Belle and Cinderella.
Thank you. There's my brain not working. I was trying to think of the second one because I'm like sitting there, I'm like looking right at her.
And then we have a German princess, which is Snow White, and actually I think Sleeping Beauty is German too. I think.
No, she's British.
No, she's not British. She's
really? Because judging by the clothing,
she's not British.
Yeah. So.
She's like, I think she's either German or she's French again too. She's in that area too. And we have Rapunzel, who's German.
Yep.
Who else do we have? We have Anna and Elsa, even though they're not official Disney princesses, but they're from Norway.
Yep, they are Norwegian. And
Merida from Scotland.
Yeah, so she would be.
Let's see, you got Princess Jasmine from Arabia. You got. Who else do we have?
We have
Tiana from America. So is Pocahontas. They're both from America.
Yep.
Well, we would have to get into some semantics and discuss that exactly. What is white? Well, but you know what I'm saying. But if you look at the skin color, like most people, there's not one for anybody that could play a Tiana.
Well, okay.
Let's
break down semantics right here and now.
They didn't say she was Russian.
Okay. Let's
I remember
break down
seeing that.
semantics.
I agree with Dan at first. I thought she was from Britain, but she's not. She's actually from like German or France, because I remember looking at a map of it where the princesses were from, but she was somewhere where everybody else was typically from. Like a typical... Oh, and Ariel's from Denmark, by the way.
Yeah. But, like, the only reason we would know all this, though, is because we had to break it down into semantics and define what is white. But we already know those butthurt social justice keyboard warriors are just fucking sitting there either on their keyboards or on their phones going, I don't like this. Why is this character predominantly white?
But the thing is, too, and I understand when Princess the Frog was coming to be.
Yes.
I did understand the fact that, really, if you sat there, and I wasn't mad about it that she got changed into an African-American princess. Don't get me wrong, I was not mad. I was like, great, yes, we need one. Because if I'm sitting here thinking to myself, we have mostly predominantly white princesses, besides, at this time before Princess the Frog, what he had was Pocahontas, Jasmine, and Mulan that were different things. So I was like, cool. I wasn't pissed at all. I was not mad. I was going like, yay, congratulations. Then after that, I was thinking, you know what we don't have? We don't have a Hispanic princess. And then come a few years later down the road, we got Princess Elena. She's Hispanic. So I was like, thank you, Disney. You're at least listing somewhere.
Yeah.
That we need.
Now you know what we don't have? A disabled princess.
That's what I'm going at. Disabled. Or even one that is, has a homosexuality, you know? Besides a...
Swan Princess is not Disney.
No, it's not. Swan Princess is not Disney. It's what was it? I don't even know what it was, but it's not Disney. It wasn't made by Disney. I remember that. I have all Swan Princesses. A British princess.
You
yeah,
do
Laura is
with
French.
the. I mean, it's not technically a princess though. But if you wanted to go on that level, break it down, the Princess Diaries.
No, they're from Genovia. It's and technically
yes,
they said it's between Spain and somewhere else.
But isn't Julie Andrews a British princess?
Well, she's not a no.
Well, she was a princess.
No, she wasn't. She was never a princess.
No, she'll always be my princess.
Well, but she never was an official Disney princess, and she played Mary Poppins, by the way. And that was the only Disney she had in before.
Which is kind of sad because I've always wished she was like her and the other woman who was in Bedknobs and Broomsticks.
Yes, I want to see that one. I would like to see a same-sex couple
exactly.
in a Disney
like,
movie.
Give me like a cute lesbian couple in a Disney movie.
Like we discussed one time, I would like to see an overweight princess.
Yeah.
That would be great. Or at least a normal, like what normal people are.
There you go. Alice. But she's not a...
Yes, she is.
She is. Okay.
She's technically a princess.
So there you go. You have a British princess.
Yeah, I forgot. Alice is from the UK. I forgot she is. But she's not like, like people think of. But yeah.
Or a gay prince movie.
Yeah, something to that effect. I would love to see that as a Disney movie. If
like,
Disney could get on board with that, I know you might get some backlash, but you know what? Stay with the times. You're going to get people liking that.
Are you kidding me?
Because right now, you're kind of like...
Are you kidding me? Do you know how much... And again, do you know how much backlash they're going to get and how immediately quick that's going to shut off? When the LGBTQ community joins in and they support anything Disney, and those people who are backlashing are like, oh, they're going to be like, shut the fuck up. They'll be like, shit, we have to shut the fuck up.
No, but the thing is, why is it so hard not to do that when they're already accepting the LGBT community as it is? They allow, you could be freely doing whatever in Disney parks. They did it in a Disney Channel show as a teenager, a boy, that was, came out as homosexual. So okay, why is it stopping them now to do a princess or a prince
just like
movie?
Many people of our audience have said, Disney doesn't want to offend anyone.
They already stepped that boundary with the Disney Channel show that actually has a gay character.
Yes, but how many people are really going to watch the Disney Channel shit compared to a Disney movie?
You're exposing your children. Think about that. You're exposing your children to that already. Most of your little preteens, little kids are actually watching the Disney Channel. So you're already exposing your children. So, okay, come on. But they said that she was German, actually, Yuki. Exactly. If kids can watch princesses in films kiss each other as kids, what's the difference does it make if 2 men and 2 women? Right. Well, like I'm saying, their kids are watching this one show on Disney Channel. So
probably because they're going to
I'm not sure about this as I'm not educated on this. However, am not aware of kings and queens in the Latin culture, so Latina princess is odd to me. I understand, but that they kind of had to make it that way because it's Disney with princesses and prince. But it might sound different. But I understand that outlet. But they call her as the.
I'm gonna agree with Dante, but I'm gonna agree.
I'm not disagreeing with you, Yuki, but I'm just saying a lot of people say she's actually because it actually is a German folklore. Actually, that's where I'm saying.
Going to agree with Devante, but at the same time, I'm going to backlash it with a little bit of yes, but again, because of the stupid. That's why, because they're gonna I bet you dollars to cents, whatever, that even when there was a homosexual, acknowledgement in a Disney Channel thing.
I understand, Albert. I know why force it if it's not our culture. That's what you need to discuss with Disney itself, because that's what they. But there was kings and queens in Spain, so they could be based off of Spain-wise, not like your South America and Mexico. Anyway. It's going to be more like Spain, because Spain did have kings and queens, over there, in Europe.
Okay, thank you.
Thanks, Yuki.
Anyways, so whereas I agree with Devante on that aspect, that there should be either a gay prince couple or a lesbian couple in a movie, an actual Disney movie. Most of these stupid people have always done the same thing. And they would do it probably to that Disney Channel.
What, you might get more
Can
of
I
the group.
finish? You get on my ass about it. Can I finish? Because, again, the stupid who have been wrongly upbringing their children, and those children will probably say the same thing. Oh, damn it, what the fuck? You made my children queer! My boy's kissing another boy. Damn you, Disney Channel bullshit. Because you know it, they'll fucking...
You know what? This discussion on Disney Channel has been around for almost over a year, and nothing as bad has actually done anything to it. I know,
but you know how stupid parents are and certain generations are. They'll point the blame. But you know what? They'll point the blame on something other than their actual kids. But you know what?
It's actually kind of funny. Most kids are going against their parents anyways. They're like, you know what? It does not affect me anyways. I'm accepting it. It's part of my life.
Are you kidding me?
It's in school. What am I supposed to do,
Are you kidding me? I grew up 87. Throughout my entire life...
We're accepting on everything in our generation.
Through my entire life, I've always been brought up on the, hey, we are all human. Doesn't matter your shape, size, sexuality, religious preference. None of that matters. Because you bleed the same, you act the same, we are the same.
You know what? I had to tell you this too. Even though my parents are still kind of biased on people, are still kind of against something. Like they told me, do not be dating a Hispanic, don't date a black, don't date, all that. Mm-hmm. But I went against them and be like, you know what? I've dated a Hispanic at least.
No,
I'm talking about, it doesn't necessarily mean about that. My parents, you could get kids, I'm talking about me. I'm a kid that came out of why do you care? They all bleed the same. What's the difference?
Exactly.
So it's I went against my parents who were you better stick to white. Yeah. You gotta date a white.
It makes no fucking sense.
But that's what I'm trying to say. There's different types of parents.
Exactly.
There's going to be the parents that's like yours that said they raised you as, be nice to everybody, basically. Like my parents, they were kind of like, you better not do this, da 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 da.
Yeah.
But I went against them because I'm saying there's some kids that are going to be going against their own parents. They can look at their parents and be like, you are stupid parents, basically. I know you might get smacked for it, but you're basically telling your parents you're stupid. Get over it.
I'm sorry. I mean, in this case, and I'm sorry, I'm actually going to admit it, even on live. Your parents in that aspect are fucking stupid.
And
as many other parents.
I fought with my parents against it, especially my mom. I did.
Yeah, in many other parents who do that to their kids, or in general, I think it's stupid.
But that's what I'm saying. There's those kids too that you're not understanding. There's kids that are going against their parents. They're like, dude, they're already here,
What in the?
I don't know what he's trying to. He's trying to do something, and I don't know what he's trying to do.
But no,
But like I'm saying,
you're gonna
get the different kinds of people coming out of there. There's gonna be kids that are gonna accept it and be like, I don't care, but I know my sexuality.
No.
Eventually, you'll find your sexuality. But by the time you get to middle school, you're gonna find your sexuality.
Even in today's fucking day and age of because again, when we grew up, it's always the LGB.
I know, but
that's how it started. It was just the LGB.
But the thing is, too, we still had the people against the African Americans still and the Hispanics. Remember, there was a big riot happening in the 90s. I know we were. It still goes
on to this day.
I know, but there was a big thing in Los Angeles about this, big, the big riot thing with all everybody was going against each other. But, eventually people, it's still going on till the end.
No, yeah, it's going even to this day. Like, even most recently, there was 3 churches that were burned down in Louisiana.
Well, I understand that.
That were African American.
Yes.
So there's still race. But you know why? Because there are idiots who still want to make race a thing.
But you know what? Eventually it's going to stop.
Problem.
If people quit actually televising it, basically, if you don't give 2 craps of what they're doing, it would go away because people are not going to get the same fame about it.
Well, no, even if you don't televise it, if you stop the televising, if you stop the newsing about it, if you stop bringing out the information about it, there are still some idiots in this world who just want to be predominantly, who mentally think that, I'm this color, this color is the right color, fuck all the other colors.
You gotta realize, if you stop doing all that, eventually it's going to die away because nobody's going to care. So you're going to have to stop doing that.
The news just gives it more fuel to the fire.
That's what I'm saying. If you stop doing all that and making it a thing, it's sad it's going to happen. But if you stop it as in that, it's going to stop. Because those people are going to die eventually, and it's going to stop with them.
Yeah. Like the propaganda.
Because people are like, who cares?
But that's the other premise, is how people say, oh, how can we... And I know this is totally off topic, but you know how people constantly say... We all wish for one thing, a world with peace.
If you could just all stop with the idiotics and quit making them in the light, you're great. But
hey, Miss Hustle. Oh, we were originally talking Disney, because we always talk Disney, but then it kind of spanned off into a different topic. But anyways,
we probably should get back to Disney, because this is a Disney podcast. We went on from
like Disney and how they should change their ways and why
let's get back to Disney.
Why they got butthurt and all that stuff.
But we're talking about Disney, and hi, Miss Hustle, and we're talking about more.
We were discussing why Disney doesn't, why they're going for reboots, remakes, stuff like that, and why aren't they being more creative like they were back then? Why aren't they being more innovative? And the downside.
And also we're asking why aren't they making different princesses besides your typical
the long and short of it is because of the butt hurts.
So, like I said, I really want to see a more average looking princess, not these.
I want to see. I honestly want to see a very. If
they want to start slow,
start slow. Give different genres of princesses. Give me a.
Basically, because we were speaking on their versatility or lack of their, Don't let Linda have a princess. They have murder, freedom of speech. Oh, India. Sorry, I reread that wrong.
So, what I want to see is a disabled princess.
But I think the slow one should be an overweight princess.
Yeah, I would like to see an overweight princess to show the world, hey, there are princesses of different shapes, size, colors, and
even though I'm going to say this too, Disney's doing listen to me. Disney's doing this big, princess thing where
aha! See, I wasn't the only one who was confused. It's Arabian. She corrected me.
It's not. She's not from India. She's actually Arabian. She's not.
She corrected me, but
yeah, she's not. She's an Arabian princess.
But no, you know what? Also, I would like to see more realistically.
But the thing is, I'm talking about because I'm saying they do this little campaign with Disney, the princess thing. Be a princess. You could be whatever you want, princess. I'm sorry, but you're kind of giving out the wrong idea. Oh, you're supposed to be this size.
Yeah, you're supposed to be this size, this age, and marry a man that is way fucking old.
And this color.
Yeah.
I'm just going to say, I know there's different variety of princesses, but, you could be so long, you don't feel like you're a Tiana. I feel like I'm more of an Ariel. Or, I don't feel like being a Milan, but I'm, more of a Cinderella, Well, that's what I would like to see. I would love to see that kind of a story.
Yeah, where they don't like each other from the beginning, but something fucking makes them come together.
Actually, they kind of did that already. They did that kind of a storyline,
Where?
Frozen. Anna and...
Yes, but like you said, and Disney hasn't completely... Disney did not make them princesses.
I know, but they did the story already. They have already dabbled in that because Anna didn't like Kristoff at first. I know. They can have this little, but they eventually liked him because of the whole journey. I would like to see more of a long-term story of that, not just because Frozen was talked about something different, but just more the long-term, it took a while.
Do you know what I'd like to see more of? Realistic. a poor, like a princess from a poor family that's slightly abusive and she needs to get out.
You already got that.
Where?
Cinderella.
No, I'm talking about more expansive.
No, she is poor as you could get. She was a maid. She was abused.
Really, there wasn't no physical violence. She didn't
Yes.
get smacked the shit out of.
They didn't show it in Disney, but she did get abused. If you think about it, how abused it was abuse. I wouldn't be surprised. Tiana, what about Tiana? You can Tiana question mark. What do you think about Tiana, Miss Hustle? I don't understand what the question mark. My question is, would these new princesses be based on historical events or just made up storyline? It could go either way. You could probably make all kinds of stories out of anybody.
Hell, you could even make a Disney movie about Queen Elizabeth. If you were creative enough.
Right. But like I said, I mean, you can go historical if you want to. They've done it before. Like with Pocahontas, they went historical. Mulan was historical. Who else was historical? There's other princesses that are historical. So, I mean, you could go on that fact. Of
She was
being
poor and worked her way to success, Tiana.
Yeah, she was. She was
Okay,
poor.
fair enough.
Yeah, she was poor.
Fair enough. Fair enough. So...
Yeah, sorry. I didn't understand because you put Tiana and then question mark. I didn't understand. Most of them are kind of combination of both sometimes, I think. She was the most obnoxious princess in history, and that's what says saying something too.
So then, yeah, give me the most unexpected ones that Disney hasn't even touched yet, like bottom of the barrel. What about
are you talking about historical? Is that what you're getting at?
No, just in general. Like even if it's historical, I mean they could go historical. That's fine. I was thinking if they wanted to go for originality, give me something that's completely out of left field. Give me a princess with Down syndrome or something.
Well, I want that too, but I think that should be almost like next step above an overweight princess. I think you need to start slow. Like the overweight one's kind of a good start.
Yeah, you know,
because
that's
the
message
everybody.
right there. Well, because the obvious message is right then and there, and it's clear. Don't let your weight define you. Let the person inside define you. Like your personality is your beauty.
What about realistic? Like, what do you mean, Albert?
Not yet. Give it more real. Like, make an actual realistic princess. Like
that's what I'm saying. Like the overweight is a
no.
realistic
I mean,
princess.
not even in the realm of animation. Just make a
oh, they can do that all they want to. They want to do that. They can go live action.
Like actually go live action, full out. Give this girl a story.
Yeah, we could go all like that. We could just all put it all together.
or even like a.
I think no. Question is, I think instead of the start of the overweight one, we should start with the mixed one. That should be the first one.
Honestly, I would rather go with the disabled one because
I think we should start with the mixed because that's a norm now. That is a norm at this moment. I think mixed should start first, then we should go from there. Disney Princess all has other older, darker stories.
Or a princess with Down syndrome who rules a kingdom. Like
I mean, how would a princess with Down syndrome rule a kingdom? I mean, Albert, there is reasons for it because there actually is Down syndrome people that actually own their own business.
Yes, there is. There was actually a husband and
cool
there was a husband and wife combo, male and female, that had Down syndrome, and he owned his own restaurant until he sold it about 5 years ago. It was an adorable story.
That would be a good one too, Josh. I think I like that idea too. Why not a movie where there's a princess and a prince fall in love, marry, end up hating each other.
Well, that's what I was kind of getting.
Wages of war against the prince and ends up with them back together.
I think that's interesting. I also like Miss Hustle's. Like, okay, so like,
she could be
because you know how you said Disney take dark turns. Why not make it more realistic? Like, why not have your average girl who had a family, and then somehow because of a car accident she lost her legs and her parents.
You know what you could do with this story with a disabled, and I'm gonna tell you this is the truth of any disabled people. Most of them are. Mm-hmm. Is yes, you were born disabled. The parents abandoned you, and you've been abandoned.
Or that, like you've been kind of thrown.
We
to the side.
already had a mute princess. There was Ariel. She was mute most of the movie.
Yeah, yeah, exactly.
Or, it would be funny. You could consider Aurora mute because she only had 10 lines out the whole movie.
There you go. No. I got it then. Disabled child in a wheelchair. Parents abandoned her. She's, pretty much just gave her up to an orphanage. She grows up. Her best friend ends up being, the prince, quote unquote, the love interest.
Or you could say she got adopted.
Yeah, or she gets adopted and
Yeah.
Like, why not have one of those, Disney?
Okay, Yuki.
Like, yeah, why not have one of those where it's like, it's all too real, but people can actually really get into it. Like, get really fucking attached because it's like, okay, in some way, shape, or form, that's like, I'm this
I'm
character.
not going against that. A person who has Down syndrome is capable. I'm asking, how would the storyline lead them to be a princess? Would she be born to royal blood? Or, I see what you're saying now, Albert. I want to say the one, like, if we're going to do this typical Disney, what I'm going to call this is almost as typical as you can get with Disney. Going from rags to riches. Basically,
that's always been the Disney formula. Is always rags to riches.
So you're gonna go from there. You're gonna go from somewhere that they're rock bottom somewhere.
Yeah. No, I'm going beyond rags because even rags, rock bottom means you have nothing. Rags, that means you at least have something.
But still, not really.
I want to go bottom of the barrel.
Not really. Sometimes rags can go as just as deep.
What about a disabled homeless woman? Like a disabled homeless princess.
Honey, that's the same as being abandoned.
No.
Yes, it is. Because most of them don't go through. No, I'm telling you this. I've been through this with all the people I've had.
I know about abandoned. I know
but some have been abandoned and homeless all in the same spot.
That's what I'm trying to get at.
The orphanage would not take care of them. That's what I'm getting at. You're not understanding. There is stuff that is already like that, but you're telling me, oh no, we're gonna make him like this. No, there is times where they're growing up on the streets.
Or that. Or the ass backwards. From riches to rags.
They have done stuff like that.
Okay.
They have done stuff like that. It's like not in big movies as you consider, yeah. Technically, if you want to, it's almost like Aurora was the same way. It went backwards. She was born royal, but she grew up in rags. Just saying. I know she went back to be royalty, but still she kind of went backwards a little bit too. Well, what would be awesome is if they had a story about someone who was polio and was told that they wouldn't be able to walk ever in their dream. Track or play basketball. Yeah, there's that. Or how about a princess here, but whose family is deaf since the deaf community is... Yes, I want a deaf princess or prince. Something that has to do with deaf community. Because right now I'm getting so sick and tired of the people going against the deaf people.
So why not just have a mute princess and a deaf prince?
That would just be awkward. That would be so awkward.
I mean,
I want, if that's the disabled, if you want to start, the disabled, that's why I want that to start as a disabled, is deaf, because that one is getting too...
A blind prince? Well,
yeah, I understand.
I'm right here.
I know, but the thing is, the deaf community is so...
No, it could work. A mute princess and a deaf prince.
Well, I guess it could work, but I'm talking about... I understand that, but please, shush! You're kind of making me irritated because I'm trying to talk and you're not allowing me to finish my sentences right now.
Really?
I stopped long enough to let you talk. You are not giving me a chance.
Oh, you're really pushing my buttons tonight.
You're just pushing just me too. Yes, I understand it would work, but I'm saying with the deaf one, I think it's best, so like a prince or a princess could learn to talk to people that are deaf. Like, they have to learn sign language. That's what I was getting at.
Maybe that's their only way they can communicate and get to know each other.
I understand the mute and the deaf, that's cool, but I'm talking about like a hearing one. Because that's the problem is, us people that can hear... We're not taking into consideration of learning sign language for the deaf people.
No, but that's what I was trying to get at.
I understand that, but I think it's better to have somebody that's what you consider like actually hear, talk, see, whatever, learn something that another person that has a disable to learn. That is what this sign needs. I know, we're at that point now. See, Albert, I'm blaming you because you created this mess.
Oh no, I'm not even blaming him. This is between you and I.
No, I'm talking about he created because he wanted us to do a podcast. I mean, he wanted us to be us. That's where I'm getting at.
I can't even blame him either because you and I agreed to doing this.
I know, but the thing is, he got the field started. He started this fire.
Nah, you and I have started this.
Sometimes people don't speak as well, so it can go either way. Well, I understand that, but that's the thing is that this nowadays that people need to understand the deaf society because nobody really knows that society, and they're getting more discriminated every day.
Role reverse it. How about you make the princess deaf and the prince is mute, and
I understand that. I'm not talking about that. I want somebody that's like that can hear, see, and do all that. They need to learn. That's what I'm getting at. So it teaches that
then
you guys
give a little backstory, and yet they were a normal person, and then something happened to where they couldn't have that ability anymore. So at least you can have a voice, and even then, now that you know this character's specific voice, and since they're mute, give them the internal monologue. So say the person who's the actress, since she used to talk prior to being mute, now she has the inside voice that's also played by her. And the prince could also have an internal monologue also played by said actor. So it gives the characters a voice, so to speak, even though they can't vocally say it.
I understand that, but the thing is, you need to have the one that's actually what you consider normal, that you can speak, hear, do all this and see. Because we need to teach people that, like, doesn't matter who you are. Like, if I'm, like, I could...
That makes no sense!
You're not getting it.
No,
because
I
you're not getting it. Because it's like, we need to teach people...
Wait. So you want a character that is either disabled, but they need to see, hear, and talk.
No, you're not getting me. I said we have a deaf person, either a princess or a prince. I don't care who. But, but the other half needs to learn how to speak to them. They don't know how to speak to them. That's what I'm getting at, so we can teach people like us that can do everything.
I've been trying to tell you, and you...
Yeah, but you're not. You're telling me to get a mute and a deaf person.
Yes!
I don't want that! I want one disability at a time! That's what I'm getting at!
I think that premise is stupid!
No, it's not! It's reality! If we're going with the whole thing of reality...
It's not reality!
Yes, it is!
It's your expected reality.
No!
There are deaf and mute couples, and they talk through sign language.
I understand that! My thing is that people that don't understand the freaking community! Gosh, that's what I'm getting at! Yes, like what Yuki says, one chart disabled, one not. But that's what I'm getting at. That's reality, because there is people that are like one that can like speak and do everything and hear and see and whatnot, and then you got one that's like a deaf person. That's what I'm getting at, is the two different polar,
So I'm going to be a regular talking character while you either be the deaf.
Ellie.
While you either be the deaf and or the mute. So I'm going to be regular Joe Schmo guy in actor form, and you are the person disabled.
Yes. That does happen too in reality.
It does.
But the thing is, that's why I want to try to teach that too, because some people like are dissing the deaf community and stuff, don't understand how to talk to them, because and then they get kind of dissed.
That's a cute idea. That also works too. You can have a deaf and a mute, and guess what? The only other way they can communicate to each other... Yeah, that's why he asked if it was based on real life events or
through the movie you learn to
stories.
Communicate with her. Yes, that's what.
But that's that's what back to what
Yuki's getting what I'm saying.
Yes, but I'm also.
But I don't care about the whole both of you having a disabled.
But
we got to have the one.
I understand.
One or the other, because that's teaching somebody to learn something that's not out of their comfort zone.
Now let's break that down and let's go based on what Albert's saying, because you're going on expected reality.
No, I'm not. It's reality to this day. There is a couples that one is deaf and one is not, and they can communicate with each other.
And I'm going up based on a made up storyline. It's real enough.
Like Miss Hassel said, I think she means that the disabled person has a right to have a normal person.
That's fine.
That's what I'm getting at.
I'm going exactly with Albert saying. You're going for reality. I'm going
But he wants reality. Like...
There's both in Disney. There's both. There is the reality, and then there's the made-up storylines. So, in your reality portrayal, you want one person with a disability and one person without, and in mine, I want a deaf and mute. And this is my fantasy version, a made-up story version. So, I mean...
The blood in the moral of the story is basically you need to...
I mean, it's
like you guys don't need to be like discriminating against some people that have a disability.
Pretty much.
That's basically it, because I've seen so many stuff on my freaking... I'm sorry, and it really bugs me. I've seen so much shit going against all these disabled people that people are not understanding the disabled group, and that's what I'm trying to say. Get the idea of understanding. Like, there's disabled.
He'd live in Frozen World, but he knows that shit ain't gonna happen. See, like...
You go live in Norway, you'll be there.
Yeah, but I mean, again, that's the difference between realm of the reality and the fantasy. You're seeing it as reality, and your reality sounds good. I'm not dismissing that, nor am I disagreeing with that. That actually would work for those who are interested in Disney and learning about it one step at a time. That's great. And my fantasy...
But the blood of the moral story is to not diss people with disability, that you've got to learn...
The moral of the story is true love conquers all, just like the typical Disney fashion. And it doesn't require an age, a race, a disability.
I don't care, but I'm trying to say, like, you need to learn other people's languages. It's basically, that's what it is, because basically learning sign language is another language in itself.
So then why don't you just give her the full-on combo? Why don't you make her deaf and mute?
They are. Deaf people are pretty much... I know there's a few of them that can talk, but most of them are mute.
Understandable. So then make her the character deaf. She's mute because of it. And the prince has to find a way to communicate with her via either chalkboard, pen and paper, sign language, text messages, something.
But I don't want to do text messages because that's not in the realm of Disney at this moment. Like I said, if you're doing like a Princess of the Prince thing, it's not in the realm of that yet.
Exactly. See, fairy tales shouldn't try to browbeat audiences. Like, my idea, again, is in the fantasy...
But I wanted to make it low, too, because I'm sorry, I'm sorry. I'm just getting really irritated because of what I've seen so far. People getting dissed. Doesn't matter what you are.
My whole premise was, and again, this isn't in pure realm of fantasy. It doesn't have to be real. It doesn't have to be live action. I just thought it would be a cute love story between a deaf person and a mute person, and they find a way to communicate with each other, and, you know, they go through these little trials and tribulations on how to talk to each other.
Yes, but I don't care about the mute. Other person being mute. I want the other person to be normal. That's where I think it should be more of the work. Like, that person has to work to communicate with that person.
That's fine, but it also works on... It could work on for a normal person, but it could also work in a different realm of, like, another person with a disability. Because they have to learn a new language themselves.
Duh! But you don't have to do the mute. They just be normal.
Yeah, we have to establish where this new princess is coming from first. Reality or fantasy. So, what are we doing here? Are we basing her?
Most Disney has both the reality and the freaking fantasy.
What are we basing this one off of?
This could be more reality because this is what's going on in reality as it is.
Okay, so then at least... See? I'm just gonna fucking... Just thank you to and everyone who said it. Like, we argued over something that...
Whatever. Fuck off with this story. I don't care. Go with it. Mine does not mean anything whatsoever.
No, I'm saying yours...
No, it doesn't, because no one's caring. I'd rather have both the deaf and mute. Let's go with that. Let's talk about that.
Why are you getting so pissy about it? It's like your idea...
Because nobody's understanding. Because I am seeing so much, and it's just... I'm just irritated.
You're getting irritated for no reason.
No, there's reasons. I'm
okay,
sorry.
So please base me your reasons. Because I'm not getting angry over this.
Well, I just don't because you guys are... I'm seeing so much stuff, and I'm just to the point.
Okay, then. I mean, I guess that's the end of the stream then, because we got a pissed off Pinky.
No, I'm not pissed off. I'm just getting irritated. Like, not like pissed off as what we're doing. It's just in general.
So then, either we can end the discussion or we can end the stream. Your choice. Seeing as you hit a nerve. Exactly, like... It's not like people are picking a side. They like both sides. They like your reality. They also agree with my fantasy. So they agreed with your reality and my fantasy that they would like to see both. We could sit there and argue on it all day. And again, even I have admittedly respected your idea of reality but you have not acknowledged or agreed with my idea of what the fantasy end would be. You've sat there and argued with me on that perspective. I agree with yours. If you wanted to make it a full-blown movie for kids and adults to learn, respectively, in either a live action, a CGI, or even an animated, it would work. Sell tickets to it, it would probably work in the best way possible. Mine's in the realm of just make it a fucking cartoon or a CGI, and it could probably sell as much. I like your idea. It's a good one. That the regular Joe Schmo has a love interest in this woman, and the only way he has to learn is to find a way to communicate.
It should be like, let's say, like a spoiled prince. We'll just go with that, just for the fun of it. It's a spoiled prince.
And he likes this woman, but she doesn't...
No. He's a spoiled prince, but he has a tutor that comes in, but she's deaf, and he teaches him how to talk to her in sign language. Kind of type thing.
That could work.
I'm sorry, guys. It's nothing against, like, I see your idea is good. I'm not saying anything bad. I think it's just because all this pent up rage about the whole situation in general, of me seeing what's on Facebook and people going through this adversity of what's going on. It just decided to come back out.
I know you added this immense reality of just like, no, it's shit, and it's like,
yeah, no. It's like, it's that rage that just was pent up so much, I just needed to get it out.
I know. I'm guessing this is based on the airplane incident where that person...
No.
No? Because that one really ticked you off.
No, it was the one where this guy is deaf, and what they do normally with their deaf, they go in a fast food restaurant, they go up and they
denied the person and they're calling the cops, and yeah, that was fucked up too.
Yeah, that one, that's the one that's where I was getting at. That one made me like have that rage.
Yeah, no, there's been Facebook posts recently like where there was a girl with Down syndrome that she got kicked off a plane. I think it was Down syndrome, right?
Oh, you're talking about the autism one.
Autism, I'm sorry. She had autism and they kicked her off the plane
because she was having the behavior.
And then there was a guy who always drives to a specific brand of restaurants, and he wanted to order food through the drive-thru.
It was Taco Bell's. I don't know where exactly, but it was a Taco Bell. This guy's deaf, and this is how he normally always orders, is because they can't talk to you because most of the time they're mute.
Yeah,
and they can't hear you what they're talking to you like. Hey, what do you want to order? They go straight to the drive-thru.
And they do the sign language.
No, they show him a piece of paper of what they wanted. And they're supposed to buy by that, but that, for some reason that night, that Taco Bell didn't, and they were all threatening him, and they're going to call the cops, and he's trying to tell them, like, hey, I don't understand what you're saying. I need you to, Yeah,
write it down.
Or not just that, they're telling, like, he's doing what he normally does, and it kind of, and it makes that's where it got me, and I'm sorry, was pent up rage from that, because and all the other stories. And then there was a recent story I read last week where a mom who had an autistic son and had 2 kids went to go see Dumbo, and the kid was so excited, seeing this. They prepared the kid.
Yeah.
But he has autism, and you prepare a kid. And then there was this one lady in front of him with her daughter turned around and looked, and the mom apologized, like, my son's excited because he saw the elephant. He was excited. He was excited about everything.
Yep.
He was being vocal about it. And the lady turned around and sat there and says, well, you should not have brought him. And then that made the mom and taking her kids out of that movie theater to leave just because of that. They were forced to get out.
Yeah, no, that's fucked up.
And that happened in the UK, by the way.
Yeah, no, still,
and that really pissed me off. And I'm just sitting like, that's why society needs.
Why don't we break down the barriers?
But also this is what I'm trying to say. Disney needs to step up, because since they're this big multi-billion-dollar corporation right now, because they own everything. They need to start talking about disabled stuff.
So instead of you and I playing this, mute deaf bullshit, why don't we actually agree on something? Why don't we have a Disney princess that actually has, either autism or Down syndrome or, a mental disability?
I mean, anything. I don't care. It doesn't have to be any disability. Any disability. I still get that with my job. People look at my people when I take them to a movie when they talk or something.
No, I know.
So it doesn't matter if
and I've met your clients.
I'm not trying to say anything, but it's like, it doesn't matter if they're kids or adults. It's the same everywhere. Doesn't matter what you're doing. And even the mom that had the kid that had autism, she works with people with disability like I do.
Yeah.
And she has to avoid going to certain grocery stores because of her people.
Oh, I can
and
understand.
That's the problem. That's what's the problem with society is. And I understand what you're saying.
Society's fucking stupid. Let's just admit that
they're still treating these guys like they should be in an asylum. And I'm like, no, these people are people. They have a life. They have sense of humor. They have love.
Exactly. People are not educated, and just it's a shame. Disney has to give us a movie where it could be the average parent and the average kid who's a woman. She eventually becomes the princess, the quote unquote princess. But again, we want to make it seem as regular as possible, so it could be like, this could be your family. This could be the situation you end up in, and this could be your daughter.
That's why I was saying that one could be more like a reality thing.
Yeah,
I don't care if it has to be a princess or not. Because Mulan's not a princess, just to FYI anybody. She's not a real royalty blood. No. She didn't marry into royalty.
No.
But this girl could be considered a princess because of her adamancy of what she is as a disabled person.
Yeah, you know?
See, they should be represented and show them that normal people like us to do them. Educate them that way. Yes, Yuki, I agree with you, Yuki. Yes, it is sad that they do.
But holy shit, you went and attacked the shit out of me.
I'm sorry.
Hi, Rachel. Yeah.
I didn't mean it as a malicious.
God.
I didn't mean it in a malicious way. This is all the pent up.
I don't know. It seemed pretty malicious because.
No, I didn't mean towards you maliciously. It's just me because I'm feeling what I'm like of what's been going on with the disabled.
I understand, but you took it out on me. Like, I was suggesting an idea and playing devil's advocate to both sides, and you're just like, pull out this metaphorical gun, just like, no, you better listen to what I have to say!
I'm sorry. I didn't do that.
Like, holy shit, okay!
Maybe we need to also show that we don't always get happily ever after. So that's true, too. We don't.
No. We don't even, not all of us get happily ever after.
But like I said, I think it should be with the disabled. It's not a happily ever after, but it's at least an acceptance.
No, it's not even an acceptance. It's just normality.
But I want to be there's some acceptance, like one step, like, oh, now you can go to a theater with blah blah blah,
Yeah. Well, I mean, in a way, there is sort of a mental.
I think they all have mental issues. Don't you remember when I take
a look at Hunchback of Notre Dame.
Don't be doing that. That one is like the only one I like.
I'm sorry. Quasimodo is technically disabled though.
Yeah, but I wanted to be more focused on what is around today. No offense to Quasimodo.
Oh no, it's understandable.
There's nobody. I mean, there is still some that are like that, but there's nobody fully like that. I'm just talking about every.
No, I have not seen a movie called Any Day.
No. I don't know if it sounds familiar or not. I could have. I don't know. It could be a lot of things, but. And I'm sorry with that, guys. I'm sorry with the whole issue.
Okay, so I didn't break the camera. Or not the camera. I didn't break the microphone.
We both didn't break the microphone. We both were yelling at it.
Which is odd. So then it's basically the one you got from me sucked ass. Probably. Like, this one's really fucking good.
But you gotta realize, too, I only use this like once a week. You were doing it consistently, basically. More than me.
I don't know. I was doing it for 2-3 days, and then it just shat the bed.
I know, but you do it more consistently.
True.
Yes, I do feel better now after I got that off my chest. I'm sorry.
I'm sleeping on the couch tonight to be safe.
I'm not just... It's sorry. That was just more of the pent-up rage of what's all been going on. Like, what would I've seen stories about this group and everything.
I'm afraid.
For getting it so hard.
I am afraid. I'm afraid to sleep next to Pink.
Somewhere around here, we have a theater that has specific days for this. Yeah, we do too, but it's not everywhere, Ellie. And that was the issue with the
Do you want a Shakespearean tragedy? I realized that Jeannie is on her shirt. Yeah.
Yes, I'm wearing.
And I've got this Mickey, and she's got. Show the audience your shirt.
I know a way Pink can work off her rage.
Giggity.
But yes, this is my shirt that I found at Walmart, by the way, guys. If you go to Walmart, you can get this shirt. I know you can't read it, but...
It says, "Here I am. What are your other 2 wishes?"
Yeah. I found this at Walmart for $5. At least the Walmart I am was $5. Wow.
Yeah, let's discuss Disney and have sex.
Right? He just like freaking out. Of, like,
and angrily shout at each other about our own thoughts and opinions while I'm slamming you dick for her. Well, I mean, we already went past the...
Okay, I might have to check that out, Devontae.
Oh.
Well, and also, too, there's some theaters, but not all theaters. And this one in the UK did not have that at all in their theater. That's what I'm trying to get, like... And I'm going to be more advocate that all theaters should do, have, like, a disabled days, like, certain days for people with disabled, like, different, what they have.
Hold on, let me do the hard... Wink!
Wow. So, but not all the places don't have those, like, where they have those days for the people disabled and everything like that.
Yeah, there you go. You could be my princess tonight on the Disney Channel, on the Disney XXX channel. We've got the lovely Pink Lady as the princess. She sits there and helps the disabled people, and I'm her prince who flown all the way from parts unknown, Connecticut, parts unknown, just to be with her, only to have a tragedy struck between us and the evil mastermind of the Albert.
Oh, good.
Trying to set a fire under our asses.
Wow, that was a story in short.
Yeah, so we argue, we fought, and we almost lost love, and then somehow we rekindled our love and ended up fucking.
Not really, Ellie. Not all of them do that. I'm letting you know this now. Not all of them do that.
That's our happily ever after.
Wait, what did I do?
Who's the fairy godmother? I don't fucking know.
Josh and Bella.
Wait, what did I do? You lit a fire up under our asses. No.
But no, Ellie, not all of them do that, actually.
Yuki is the fairy godmother? No. Yuki wants to fuck with Pink and make cute little Yuki Pink babies, or Pink Yuki babies. No, he's more like the fairy godfucker.
But anyways, let's get back to like something with Disney. I went on I'm sorry. Went on a rant.
Did you put the metaphorical gun away? Speaking of, I'll let you know what's going on this Saturday. I was supposed to be asking that manager to see if I got that job at Family Dollar. I've been on her ass for about a straight week now. Mm.
Yeah, I know, Ellie. You do have to ask. I know there was one time I think it was Thor I went to go see, and they still had the closed captioning for people that were blind from the last movie, I guess the last showing or something, and they had it playing, so somebody had to go in and tell them, hey, turn it off, because I'm assuming nobody in there was blind. But it was funny listening to, like, stuff that was, like, about to happen. Like, oh my god, there's a tornado, and then, like, 3 seconds later, oh, there's a tornado. It was interesting.
Yeah, just closed captioning. As a tornado approaches. Oh, look, a tornado approaches.
I mean, it's not bad, but it was interesting to hear, to, like, maybe almost experience what they experienced, how they, see the movie or something.
You know what? I'm going to do that when a tornado approaches. If it ever approaches, just, oh, look, a tornado approaches. And you'd be like, Dad, get in the fucking basement! But a tornado approaches.
I don't know why you're doing that. I'll be the one doing the closed caption. You'll be telling me to go down to the basement because you be freaking out because you've never been in a tornado. I tell you this. All of us Kansas people go stand out on our front porch and watch a tornado happen. That's what
Are you kidding me? I'd be out there with you. Be like, there's a tornado. Where?
No, you won't.
Oh, no, I would.
I don't know. I bet you that you would be freaking out.
No. I've always grown up on the bullshit show me mentality. That's always.
But I would say.
Yeah, no, like, that's always been my mentality, is bullshit, show me.
I know, but I'm just saying, but I could see you too being like, you be thinking it's close up and it's not really that close, but you be seeing it, and you be like, you'll be freaking out and be like, go in the basement.
No.
Yeah, that's what I can tell you. You can tell whether there's a true Kansan or,
You're gonna laugh. You're gonna laugh one of these days, but I was the crazy motherfucker that they were like, oh, there's a hurricane in Connecticut. And I'm like, bullshit. I go outside in the pouring rain like, this ain't no hurricane.
But I mean...
Everybody's yelling at me to go inside.
I'm talking about in general. I'm not talking about you. I'm talking about... you're a true Kansan when you stand outside watching the weather when you hear the tornado sirens, you go outside and look.
Yeah, no,
No, I'm not talking about you. Quit talking about yourself! yourself. Quit being an egotistical motherfucker.
Mather?
Shut up.
Big,
I'm not talking about you in Pacific, so quit it.
When did your voice raise up like 2 octaves?
I'm trying to say in general, you know when there's a true Kansas when they're outside looking at a tornado as versus somebody who's not a true Kansas or down in the basement freaking the freak out.
Okay.
Good God. You're thinking I'm talking about you specifically. No, I was talking in general.
Okay.
You took it personal. Quit being egotistical.
I just love how she goes from 0 to 60 in a mile, in a second. It's just like Disney sucks.
Fuck you.
Fuck you! Just goes from, hey guys, everybody, it's Big Lady here. Disney sucks. Fuck you!
This is shit. You set yourself up to laughing that much. That's just your fault. I didn't do it. You did that to yourself.
I know. I don't care. It's literally you in a nutshell, though. It's just like, that's in Piggy Snursh.
Yep, the piggy snort.
I
Miss
can't.
Piggy.
I
Hi,
cannot.
Miss
I
Piggy.
can't. I'm sorry. I can't help it. When I laugh so hard,
Pink Princess does that.
I laugh so hard, I snort. Okay.
But
And I'm fucking beat red. Apparently, I'm taking a look at myself, and I'm fucking red.
okay.
I don't know. It's stupid camera. You snort rarely too. Exactly. I can't help it. It's too funny.
But if anything I want to make out of a Disney movie that has to become a better be Alan Menken better be doing the songs. If not, then it's not a Disney movie without him.
Without who?
Alan Menken.
Who's that?
He's the composer that does most of the Disney music there, from Little Mermaid until now. I mean, yeah, there's other different ones like with Elton John and stuff like that, but he did most of all the 90s music and stuff like that. He still does some of the music today. He'd be that one composer I would want to do the Disney music as all time. That's just me.
Now, here's an honest question, and this one's a very interesting one. Why isn't there a Disney an animated movie?
What's your favorite song? My favorite Disney song will have to be, there's a lot I like. But I think my all-time favorite, like I would listen to over and over, would be A Friend Like Me from Aladdin.
I have 2 favorites.
That would be my... Yeah, I would not know anything about Star Wars.
Yeah,
so.
to her, her idea of Disney is like general Disney. Anything that's like expansive Disney is like Star Wars, Marvel, etc.
Yeah.
That's the expansive Disney universe. This is the immediate to her, like the anything that's labeled Disney, even Pixar is Disney.
I get a little bit more accepting to Pixar because it actually did combine.
Yeah,
with
I know
Disney.
you're still on the border, on the fence a little bit between it being with
like there's
just
some
Disney
Pixar
and
ones
not-
I do like, and there's some I'm like, yeah.
But I have 2 honest favorite songs, and you will figure them out. I love the one in Aladdin, A Whole New World.
Mm-hmm.
And my other favorite that I love to sing by heart is Part of Your World.
For the Little Mermaid.
Yes.
I would love a Bugs Life reboot. That would be great.
I mean, come on. It's not that hard to
That's a good one too, Devontae. I like that song, and so is Bella's. Yeah,
it's Disney.
It is Disney. It's just Disney Pixar. It's actually Pixar's.
But I mean, come on, it's cute to just go, look at this stuff, isn't it?
I mean, it's not a bad song.
Wouldn't
I'm
you
not
think
saying
my
anything.
connections can be-
But I like a Friend Like Me from Aladdin.
Ah. Because it's Robin Williams.
Not just that, it's like the song in general.
But
But then I also like to listen to, my other one is Tale as Old as Time for Beauty and the Beast. But technically, I could almost like, it is just as fun. I can be driving in my car and like, it'd be like another song like on, let's just say like Bruno Mars, like, I don't know, 24 Karat song
Speaking
could be
of,
playing, but I'd be singing Disney.
Speaking of, I want to show you one of Pink's rarest sentimental valued piece. Be right back.
What?
What I think is one of your most favorite sentimental pieces.
I'm so confused, guys. I don't know what he's doing. It's kind of creepy right now. I don't know what this thing is. Oh yeah, that's a good song too. I actually do like this. Yeah, that's some good ones too. It's actually a what do you call it? A snow globe, actually.
Yep.
It's a snow globe. Please be careful.
I am.
But this one has glitter with it.
Yes. So, you guys can probably barely see it, but and she has another one, but I'm not gonna bring that out.
I have another one like that, but it's Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs. And I actually do have another one that's sentimental that's actually kind of funny and it's kind of cool. My great aunt was cleaning out her basement. It's in this room, but it depends if he wants to get it out or not.
Where?
It's in the thing over here. Think about it, what it is.
On the bottom rack?
Yep. My aunt found these two things in her basement. So I called that more sentimental value to me because actually my great aunt gave it to me because she knew how much I love Disney. Yes. Both of them.
I'm trying to do this very carefully because these are very
And then
fragile.
this is funny too. If he wants to play it, you can actually, that one is, no, not that one.
This one also.
No.
Really?
No.
You can't?
No. He doesn't play.
Such a shame. Why doesn't he play?
That's why you need to get the other one. Do the other one.
Such a shame.
These are my other favorite ones. These are my other favorite ones. And
Okay, so she's on pretty tight, so I can carefully.
yeah, she's down there.
Okay. I was kind of nervous about that.
My favorite Disney character is Belle, by the way. And that plays Be Our Guest. Soup de jour, hot hors d'oeuvres, but we all try the gray stuff, it's delicious. I actually tried the gray stuff, by the way, guys. But that's my favorite one because my great aunt actually found this and knew that I love Disney, and I got that from her. So technically, if you want to call it, it's like actually a family heirloom almost.
But yes, it's a lovely Mrs. Potts.
It's really good. The gray stuff is delicious.
And a cute little chip.
Yeah, it has a Mrs. Potts and Chip come together. The little porcelain, and Mrs. Potts is a music Mrs. Potts. So that's my other my favorite thing. But yeah, Belle's my favorite. She's always been my favorite Disney character since the get-go, since I ever known her. She is my favorite Disney character.
And whenever me and Pink decide, ow, that's my niece. And whenever me and Pink decide to actually finally 100% Disney-fy her room, you guys will actually get to see a tour.
Yeah, I still have stuff to put up and everything.
There's a lot to put up, trust me.
We need to get some more shelving in this room.
Yeah, you guys may not see it, but amidst like where my arm is, there's like a plethora of just a lot of Disney stuff that needs to be shelved and taken care of and stuff like that.
Oh, that's awesome. That's cool, Devontae. I like how you did that. Yes, he's just now decided he's going to eat the cookies now. Don't ask me why he decided he needed it now. Exchanging one chip for another. That's good, Josh. That's so good.
Nope. Exchange of chips for Chips Ahoy.
Yeah. So, yeah, I have a lot to work on in this room. It's still in a work in progress because I still have to get stuff hanged up and put away and everything. I'm looking for more shelving. That's awesome, Belle. I'm glad. I like that. Who else's favorite? Anybody else want to tell me their favorite Disney character? I would like to know. We got Belle's and we got Devante's. And mine, because I said mine is Belle.
You will never know mine.
You like Jack Skellington. That is a no-brainer with you. Miss Hustle likes Jasmine. I like Jasmine. Jasmine's a cool one too. I mean, she's awesome. Obviously, if you get a tattoo of them.
Yes, obviously. If I got a Jack Skellington tattoo on my arm.
Say Jack Skellington. Yeah, his is a no-brainer. Character or princess. Character or princess doesn't matter. It can be either one, Yuki. But if it was going to be like besides a princess, I think my character-wise, it would be Minnie Mouse because she likes to wear pink and I like pink. So she'd be the character I would like. So.
If I was going based on...
Oh, Yuki likes Ariel. There you go. Is Robin a genie? That's cool, Belle. Little John from Robin Hood, best friend, great singer, and sarcastic as hell. Yes, Josh, she's a good character too, Little John. Albert, what's your favorite Disney character?
Whichever one he could fuck.
I like a few princesses. And I agree with that. There's some princesses I don't like either, and there's some I'm like, I really love.
I bet you Albert would say something snarky like, I don't know, which ones are 18 and older?
No, I think I have an idea who it would be, but I'm not for sure. Is my top 3 to 5. Yeah. Ariel is actually my number 2. Like, if we were going like the princess way...
Whichever.
Well, I hate to tell you this. The only ones that are actually legal of age of princesses is Tiana and Cinderella. Those are the only over age 18 plus princesses, by the way.
Yeah, which would just be. I was like, I so really had to really think like Albert for a second. I'm like, in a calm, snarky like.
Like I said, Albert, you got 2 princesses.
Which ones are 18 and older?
But like I said, Albert, you got a choice between 2, Tiana and Cinderella. That's your 2. Ariel is 16 years old, by the way.
Jasmine isn't 18. She is 17.
Yeah, no, she's 16, I think. 16 or 17. She's roughly around there.
Yeah, that's why I said she's 17.
Yeah. Well, I know she ends up having a kid, but yeah. Right, she's a MILF now. Depends on where you're from. So there's a blonde. I can fucks with that. But wait, Disney actually put it in there as their own thing that these characters are the ones that are 18 plus.
Yeah, Mulan is 17.
Yeah, but she's still underage. If you think about it, in our day and age, she's still underage.
Depends on, again, like where you're from, because in Connecticut, 16 is legal.
I know, but
18 is considered adult, but 16 is considered legal.
I think everybody preferred 18 and above, no matter what.
Oh yeah,
even though,
like realistically, if you're not playing with the law and you're just thinking like an adult.
Oh, that's cool, Mrs. Huckle.
Anything
Mrs.
that's
Huckle.
18. Yeah.
Yeah, I know, but
16 is legal.
I think they're just because Disney's an American-based.
I mean, shit.
Company.
And in Ireland, from what I've actually. Well, fuck you then, Chips Ahoy.
God damn.
So in Ireland, what's actually true is if you're old enough to get above the bar and actually.
Wow, that is kind of trippy, Josh. He's lagging and she's not.
Maybe your phone internet doesn't like you?
I don't know.
Yeah.
But like I said, but majority they're just talking in general, and even Disney clarifies it and stuff like that. That's cool. I like that, Albert. That's a good idea. Yeah. We both have tablets. 1 sec. Josh says, 1 sec.
Clear your cache. That might work.
Yeah. But that's an admirable way to think about it, Albert. That's awesome. But you like Aladdin.
Yeah, now he could go up to... That's what he could do. He could go up to bitches and be like, hey, do you trust me?
Now he's going to do that when he goes to Disney.
Yep.
He's going to go to every freaking
Yep.
possible
He's gonna
women.
you know, dress up all sexy and be like, hey, do you trust me?
I could see him doing that for some reason.
Exactly.
I'm looking for my princess. I can just see him doing it at Disney, just randomly doing it. I just can see Albert doing it.
Right, Cody?
It's like, do you trust me?
Yeah, just literally going up to every hot woman, just be like, hey, are you my Jasmine?
Go figure.
Do you trust me?
Now I'm ahead of her. Go figure. You're just guys are just not winning tonight, you and Belle.
Albert, I love you, though.
We do. I do too, Albert. We love you. It's just that we had to give you crap about it. I just think it sounds
Hush,
like...
Pink, you're fucking up.
I'm not fucking up at anything.
You're fucking up, Pink. No, I'm sorry. I haven't heard him say that to you all day.
Because I haven't been fucking up anytime soon.
Oh, no.
He just enjoyed me raging.
Oh, no. With your rant and rave earlier, you're fucking up, Pink.
No, he just thought I was raging. I so would do that. Yeah, we go with that too. And it gets variations there.
I
I don't care whose age. I just know certain ones because they actually say it in their thing. Actually, technically, Rapunzel's 18. Never mind. She's another one that's 18 because she actually says she's 18 in the movie. You got Rapunzel too, by the way. Because she's 18 because she does say on her 18th birthday she wants to go see the lanterns.
Yeah, but I don't think I would sit there and, you know, fuck around with a very long-haired blonde bitch.
And then now this is going into some odd territory.
I mean...
We're always going into weird territory.
Although, Albert, on the plus side with Rapunzel is you could tie that bitch up with her own hair or swing her from the ceiling, you know, have your way with her.
Or, you know, what you can do at the end of the movie where her hair's cut and it's brunette and short. Pre-covered or...
Yeah!
That's what I said.
So you could either go with blonde, long-haired Rapunzel and, you know, kind of tie her up and do some S&M stuff with her. Or you could cut the bitch's hair off and just have brunette sex.
That's true too, Yuki. But if we're talking about, like, in general sense, like, if we're doing, like, the legal age of whatever.
Yeah. Oh, no, it'd be interesting to swing Rapunzel from the sky and just, you know, bang her.
Wow.
What? You know, you could... If you got her hair... Exactly.
But
hell, for all Albert wants, she can make...
She still has magic in her. Her tears.
Oh. Exactly! Blonde hair sex swing. Woo!
Most of them are like either they're like late
they're
teens
in their
to early 20s.
Yeah, they're in like their adult teens to early 20s. I think like the oldest was like 24.
21.
You sure?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, they're like a few years older than the princesses.
Leave it to Danny to make it sound sexual. I mean,
that's you.
Belle, we've established this for almost 2 years on my channel. When am I not sexual?
So, I don't know. I think we're about to wrap up here. I think we've been...
We're about to wrap up here like a good condom.
The princesses were older than the discussion has been had the day for the cradle. Yes, Eric is a very good looking
Al's job is to make anything sound sexual. I'm the one who makes everything sexual.
Right.
I don't know why. It's just I'm the man who's
right, Josh. If you want to say something weird, consider Ariel is part fish.
I mean, pretty much why everybody around here has been saying giggity a lot more, because I'm always like giggity, giggity, giggity. All right. How old are you? 16, 18. You're first. Imagine.
Okay, I just got too weird all of a sudden. I think we should wrap it up now.
Wrap it up like a good condom.
Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed this nice podcast with some ranting in the middle.
How do Murrays have kids?
That's a good question. We do not know how that answer that.
How did mermaids have sex? Do they fuck with each other's gills?
I don't know. Nobody has ever established that.
Do they, do the scales rub against each other?
I always want to say it's almost like what actually, like I would say Yuki with eggs, you know, like how fish actually do have babies? Where the females lay the eggs and then the males go over it and they just sperm the eggs like that. That's how it works.
Ew. So then imagine Eric. Yeah, Eric.
I enjoyed this podcast. Really interesting conversation.
So imagine Ariel, just splurting out her eggs, and then just Eric just be like, okay, hold on one moment.
No, she's a human when they have their whatever fun. You're just talking about in general.
Oh God, though. Can you imagine if that was backwards?
But yeah. Anyways, guys, we could get on another topic in another day. Discussing how mermaids have babies. Okay, that could be for another day discussion. So, guys, I'm going to end the stream here because I know we've been going on pretty long. I know you guys were enjoying this podcast.
We've been going at it pretty long.
Anyways, with the person over there trying to make sexual advances, whatever. So, but next week we'll go back to next Thursday and we're going to keep talking about we're going to finish off talking about the Silver Age movies next week.
Yes.
So... Oh, the hot rage was fun. Yeah, I know.
No.
Everybody was enjoying the rage. I understood that everybody did enjoy that rage.
I was not enjoying the rage whatsoever. I hated the rage.
But anyways, guys.
Everybody else loved it because I got scared.
So anyways, guys, I will see you next Thursday. Next Thursday will be about 10 a.m. stream because I have to do it before I have to go to work.
Yes.
So if you guys want to join next week, it'll be 10 a.m. Central Time.
Yes.
So
we'll see you then.
Guys, have a great night, and we'll see you next week. Bye.